What's up, everybody? Dynasty Life in the house. Bagala,
You already know.
CVP. But yeah, we got the weekly preview tonight, and whatever questions y'all have, start sits, trades, or whatever it is. But yeah, Colts and Brown. I guess we'll start with that horrific
Do
game.
we have to? Do we have to talk? Can we just?
I mean, there's not much to say. Nothing really
You see
happened.
now Russell Wilson saying he has like a shoulder injury now. It's
Supposedly,
just
he had
it's bad.
surgery or something. That's not necessarily the issue. It's not like, we're seeing him just sail throws all. He's just not even making the right reads and shit. I don't got
No,
nothing
he's
to do with his shoulder.
he doesn't, and I'm not gonna lay it all at his feet because I think Hackett has been a really bad offensive coordinator. Like he just even the plays in the beginning of the game where it's like scripted, your first couple of plays, your first series or whatever, it just doesn't look good, you know. And
Yeah,
Russell Wilson did miss Hamler for a big touchdown, but just there's no continuity in that offense whatsoever. And then you take out and you lose Javante, the one semblance when you say at least I can run the ball, and now he's gone, and you're dealing with fumbling Melvin going. The Broncos are just bad. They and the Colts. I mean, Matt Ryan's old. No JT. You knew they were going to struggle. So, but I think that game is more on like Russell Wilson. And what does that mean for guys like Jerry Judy? I mean, Sutton is still getting work, but it's frustrating. He gave you
yeah,
9 points on Thursday.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that obviously they're not going to have no big games if they can't score
Mm-mm.
touchdowns and shit like that. So, he's going to get decent enough work, but not really what you expected or hoping for,
That's the truth because you thought like, well, Sutton is he's producing consistently though,
Yeah,
but it's Judy that's been really boom or bust, hit or miss, and it's really affecting Judy.
yeah,
So maybe sometimes you would I don't know if you have Judy as an owner and you have a better option, maybe think about playing the matchups with Judy. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to give him up unless you can trade him, but you don't want to really give him up because Russell Wilson could turn it on at any point.
yeah. But the thing is, where you drafted Judy, you're most likely you don't have a guy that you can just kind of plug in instead of Judy
Yeah.
that's good enough. So it's
Well,
rough.
Olave has stepped up, like, guys like that. There's guys
If
that,
you've got that, yeah.
yeah, Curtis Samuel, things like that. But I don't know. I don't know. Russell Wilson looks bad. And then you see him at the press conference, Bronco Country. Let's ride.
Well,
You,
he's not playing to his strengths. When he's great is when he's like creating shit and moving out of the pocket and just
yeah.
creating offense. And he's not a pocket like QB, and he's sitting there trying to be what he's not. And I think that is like it's just hurting him. He's too small. He can't sit there in the pocket, and
Well, not even, but that touchdown, he just locked in on something. He didn't even bother going through any progressions. He didn't look anywhere else,
that's
So
big.
it's just he. I think he's pressing a little bit. Can he get it together? I think so, but I don't know. I don't know. It's rough to own any of that Broncos country capital right now.
Yeah, and I got Hines came out like the first few snaps of the game.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
If you
That was
started
bad.
Hines, yeah. So if you started Hines, you got fucked. And
The guy somebody in Dynasty started him against
oh
me.
yeah,
Yeah, he got like 1 point.
and
So
it's a good play, of course, but it's just obviously you can't do nothing about
unfortunate, bro.
that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, Alec Pierce had 8 for
He had a
80.
good game.
But
Hmm.
they were throwing, I mean, 41 attempts for Matt Ryan. So Pittman had
Yeah,
5 for 59. He didn't do anything crazy. Yeah, but even Sutton 5 for 74. I mean, He's been decent, but he hasn't like killed it. But man, Judy 3 for 53. I mean, Melvin didn't look horrible, I guess, but he didn't look great. He
Yeah.
had a nice couple catches. That's kind of what saved him there. But
Mike Boone really had a good game.
Mike Boone played well. Yeah,
He had a solid game.
he's catching balls and he's involved a lot.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah. All right. First game is actually in the morning. Is your Giants, isn't it?
That's right, baby. And that's why the Polish is running and hiding, and that's why he's not here tonight. He knew what I was gonna say. Saquon's gonna carve him up. Nah, but I don't know. It should be a close game. I think both teams kind of want to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Green Bay has better weapons, but yeah, if you have Saquon, you're playing Saquon, and that's it really on the Giants end. But both temper your expectations this week, I think, with Saquon, because Green Bay has a good rush defense. You know what I'm saying? They can play good defense, and so just temper your expectations with Saquon. If you have AJ Dillon, if you have Aaron Jones, you think this is going to be a good game for you. You know what I'm saying? Even Doubs, I think Doubs can have a good game. I mean, the Packers are coming together. Lazard had over 100 yards last week. So, you know what I'm saying?
You did.
And Doubs had some work, and he had a big touchdown that he dropped. So, Green Bay can be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Green Bay can be dangerous, and you're starting to see Aaron pick it up a little bit, and I think Aaron owners will be happy with what they have coming down the stretch from him. So, but I still think the Giants are going to win 2017.
Yeah, I don't think so. I got the pack. I got the pack on this one. So you got your Giants, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta go with the pack. I think. I mean, Dubes and Lazard, looking like they're coming together for Aaron, and they have somewhat of a decent receiving core now. So I do like that. Jones and Dillon should do some work as well. On the Giant side, I mean, there's nobody that you can play except for Saquon.
Nobody.
So,
Nobody. But no, you unless you're in a really, really deep league where you just, you know what I'm saying? Like our dynasty league is pretty deep, you know? And so, like, if you're in a deep dynasty league like that and you're looking for help, you have injuries or something, a deeper play, and you know, there's really nothing out there. I'm starting Darius Slayton at 9:30 because I just need a flex. There's nothing out there, and I got some injuries. You know, I had Wan'Dale Robinson thinking he's been hurt all season. You know, James Cook is really not getting any work right now, so I'm still waiting on him. Things like that. So I needed a flex and pulled off Darius Slayton. Or look out for the Giants tight end too, Daniel Bellinger. A good sleeper. That's going really deep into it. You know, if you need some help and things like that.
Yeah, but the Pack should win that game.
They should. We're gonna see what they're about. They should beat the Giants, but
it's
I'm
nice
not
to
gonna
have
pick
a
the
nice little game in the morning. Wake up and
football at 9:30 is everything, bro.
football to work with.
You wake up, have a nice cup of coffee, and there's football on the TV, and then you still got 7 hours of commercial-free football left. Yeah, it's awesome.
Next game we got Vikings Bears. So my Vikings up against the Bears. First place Minnesota Vikings 3-1.
Oh my god.
So we are playing at home. I expect us to win. I mean, going against the Bears. I mean, the Bears haven't been remotely anything close to good. Somehow they've got 2 wins, but they haven't been good at all offensively. What do you think about the Bears Vikings, and who do you got?
The Vikings should win this one running away, I think. And I think you're looking at a big game for Dalvin. This is a big Dalvin Cook game. You saw what Saquon did to them last week, 130 something yards, was it? Or 164 yards and
something like that.
a big Dalvin game. You see Justin Jefferson get off. The Vikings are going to win pretty easily. The Bears are bad. They're bad. I don't know how they got 2 wins either, but
And
they're horrible.
listen, the Vikings defense is pretty bad, but they're a decent streaming option this week going against the Bears just because
Yes.
that offense is just not good. So, if you do need a defense, go out there and grab the Vikings D. But yeah, I mean, I think Cook has a big game too. I mean, he's going to get his 20, 25 touches, and that's what you want. So, as I've been saying, he's getting that elite usage, 20 rushes a game, 3 to 5 targets. That's exactly what you want, other than that one game we got blown out. But,
Yeah.
as far as the Bears go, I mean, is Montgomery playing? Do we know if Montgomery is playing yet at this point in time?
I don't know. I think he might. I don't think they ruled him out. He might come down to a game time decision. Um,
Let me see
but
what real quick.
even Herbert's still a good play here because, like you said, the Vikings defense is not that very good, and let's be honest, the Bears are gonna gain yards, and I think you
Are
can
they
feel.
though?
I think you
I
can
mean,
feel comfortable
are
with
they?
saying, Herbert is a solid start here.
Yeah. It looks like he's optimistic to suit up. So it looks like he may play, but he'll probably won't get as many touches and as much work as you'd want. So
It'll be split.
if you do have Montgomery, I mean, it's rough. If you've got a better option, which you probably don't, like, I don't know if you want to really play him or not because he's gonna really be more split, especially in this
Well,
game. Game back.
yeah, I think if you're dead set on playing Montgomery, yeah, I don't know. You consider playing both of them. You know what I'm saying? If you're dead set on playing Monty, you play Monty and Herbert if you have both of them. Maybe you flex Herbert out, but I don't like the Bears in this game at all. So
What do you think about
yeah,
Mooney? So I had Mooney on a team. I dropped him. I
ah,
wound up picking him up again. He had a good game last game, obviously, but I mean, other than the one deep bomb, I mean, it's just like uh, Fields is
but
just letting
that's
people get doing nothing offensively. They're not throwing the ball a lot, and it's not even working.
yeah, but it's a good matchup. You understand what I'm saying? It's a good matchup, and so like I still think the Bears. I think the Bears have some semblance of an offense, but they have no direction. First of all, they can't block. Let's put it they can't block. Justin Fields is getting killed. All right, he's running for his life, and that's why he can't get anything started in the passing game.
Yeah, but they're not even
So
like attempting like a lot of passes. It's like the other part. Like I don't know. It's just weird.
yeah, they're not a very well offensively coached football team, but um they still have weapons, and this is a good matchup for those weapons
Yeah,
if you're desperate.
listen to this. Justin Fields, his passing attempts per game, his passing attempts for the last 4 games: 17, 11, 17, and 22. I mean, 120 yards, 70 yards, 106 yards, 174 yards. Like it's just
And
dismal for
that's his attempts now, right?
Yeah, that's his attempts. His completions are even worse. 8, 7, 8, and 11. Only one
Yeah,
game with
but
digit.
yeah,
Like
but
so,
how
they're
how
not
how
trying
can
to
you
throw the
really
ball.
get in the rhythm? How can
Well,
you
that's
get
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
rhythm if you're throwing it 12, 15 times?
Well, that's what I'm saying is they're not like even trying to do anything offensively, which just doesn't make sense if Mooney and Komet are pretty much your best guys, other than Montgomery and Herbert, and it's like,
Yeah, and I think
uh,
Mooney and Komet is a nice little combination if they would throw the ball. You know what I'm saying?
well,
But
I mean, I think the real question is, well, not even. I don't really think it's a question anymore, but Justin Fields is just not the guy.
but
And it's
how can you tell that he's
but he's
not the
not
guy if he's
because he's not.
only
He can't
getting
pass the ball,
12
bro.
and 15 attempts?
Because he can't pass the ball. He's not going
Yeah,
through reads. It's
you
not like
can't.
he's showing that he can be a QB at all. Like and we saw last year that he wasn't a very good QB as well. So yeah, Justin Fields is just not the guy.
Maybe I think you still give him some time.
I don't know, bro.
So,
But
I like
we
Justin Fields.
we got this. No, we got Steelers and Bills at Bills.
Buffalo by 40.
We've got Pickett, the new starting QB.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, what do you think about Pickett and the whole Steelers situation?
Kenny Pickett season. I mean, we're gonna see what he can do. He came in off the bench last week. He threw 2 touchdowns. He ran for 2 touchdowns and he threw 2 interceptions. So I think you're gonna see. Buffalo's a tough matchup. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're reeling and they're not gonna have Jordan Poyer tomorrow, they lose their other safety for the week. They're still beat up on the back end, but he's a rookie, so I think he's going to struggle a little bit. The Bills are going to put up some points because Josh Allen is a bad dude. Stephon Diggs is a bad dude. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are not a good football team right now. So I think Kenny Pickett's going to struggle to keep pace with Josh Allen. But if he struggles, Mike Tomlin got to stay with him. You can't go back to Mitch now. So
No, I think they pretty much you know what you have with Mitch already now. So it's like, let's see what we can do with Kenny Pickett, or just create some kind of spark, like something to. And I think the
yeah,
team likes Kenny Pickett, as far as the players and stuff like that. So I think they're gonna like playing for him and they like him. So we shall see what happens. But yeah, I got the Bills in this one by a bunch too.
yeah, Bills by
Uh,
40.
yeah, they're just too good, I think, to lose in a game like this, especially at home. And the
Yeah,
Steelers, obviously haven't looked good, but
rookie quarterback. It doesn't set up good for Kenny Pickett.
yeah, I think McKenzie, I don't think they've cleared him yet. So if McKenzie doesn't play, look out for the rookie Shakur, Khalil Shakur.
What did McKenzie have? A concussion?
Yeah, yeah, they don't have him anything yet, just limited in practice, still questionable. So haven't cleared him yet, so keep an eye out for that. And Gabe Davis is playing. So yeah,
Gabe Davis has been a disappointment. I would
I
have to say
told you,
he's been a
Gabe Davis
disappointment.
he's a guy that I particularly didn't like, and I've been saying I didn't like, and a lot of people did like him, and a lot of people don't like him. It's kind of like mixed, but the majority of people like him, obviously, because he's in a great offense and he's got the potential to
Mm-hmm.
work, and he had the great game last year. But my whole thing always was like he couldn't beat out like the old Emmanuel Sanders, and he couldn't beat out Cole Beasley, and like he's just not a great like wide receiver as far as like his route running and winning on routes and stuff like that. Like even if you look at the games like that he did good, even the first game of the season when he caught that bomb, I mean, it was a busted coverage. It wasn't like he put the move on somebody and, busted out there. So I think he's just going to be a very up and down, very up and down kind of guy. And he was being drafted particularly high. So I did not
Yeah, it
expect
was.
at all. Yeah. So
Yeah, he's been a disappointment. But that offense is going to run through Diggs. So it's going to be Allen Diggs.
I think the rest is just going to be kind of mixed up.
Yeah, yeah,
Knox is hurt. Knox is not playing, but he
yeah.
hasn't
Knox is out.
he hasn't been startable anyway. Deontay Johnson. We'll see what happens with Kenny Pickett now. Is he still going to get his targets, or is Pickens going to be the guy? I mean, he went Pickens' way a lot when he came into the game, so looking good for Pickens. Not sure about Deontay yet, but Deontay's a guy that just wins, and he should still get his targets in the
He
ball.
gets he gets a ton of targets, Deontay. Like I thought and his games haven't been as big as they were, with Big Ben and stuff like that. But he's still been getting a target share. He's been solid enough.
All right, next game: Chargers and Browns. Who you got?
Mm.
Who you got? Chargers or Browns? And what do you think?
I don't know. This is a tough one. I kind of like the Browns. The Browns, I don't know why I like them. They overachieve a little bit. I know they lost last week, but I think the Chargers here are just going to be the better team. I think Justin Herbert gets it going. I don't know. Keenan's out, right?
Yeah, Keenan
Keenan's
Allen
out.
is out again.
Yes,
Again.
so if you got Mike Williams, it should be a good day for you. Josh Palmer. Any
And
news on
Palmer as
Palmer?
well.
He's out too.
No, I think he was questionable. Let me see what the latest is on him.
Yeah,
No, I think he's good to go now.
but those two
Yeah,
guys.
he is questionable, but he did practice fully on Friday, so it looks like he's most likely going to play.
Yeah, but if you have those Brown running backs, I think this is a week where if you have Kareem Hunt in the flex, you feel pretty good. The Chargers struggle to stop the run. Um, so those Browns running backs I like, but I think the Chargers win the game. I think Justin Herbert gets it going. You see a little bit of Eckler. Eckler had what was it this week? Well, last week he had 3 touchdowns. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know, so yeah, I like the Chargers in this game.
yeah. I got the Chargers as well. So even though with no, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Palmer should be good. Everett is
Ever, yes,
Everett's
Ever.
pretty
I'm
good.
giving Everett a start.
Tight end there, so start Everett, of course. Um, then on the other side, you've got don't forget Eckler, of course. Finally had a good game to kind of vault him back into
Yeah,
the top 10, which he
he
needed.
was struggling a little bit
But that's
there,
all it
wasn't
takes.
he?
That's all it takes right now is that we've only a few games in, so one big game and you close the gap and but yeah, he was struggling for a little bit. He wasn't scoring touchdowns, but the whole offense was struggling. So it wasn't just him in particular. And then of course, Chubb and Hunter definitely plays. You're playing both of those guys. Cooper's been, kind of up and down. So
Yeah,
Cooper's pretty much the only guy you can start there, or Joku. Joku's been playing well as well.
Joku's been playing really well.
So those are not you got to start those guys if you have them. Lions at Patriots. We've got no Swift again. St. Brown is questionable. I don't think they
I don't think they think he's
ruled
going to
him
play.
out yet. He deemed questionable. Uh, yeah, there's not much info on it. It's just questionable. So yeah, they might sit him out just to play it safe there, but that didn't stop, you know, Jared Goff last week. So
Yeah, it didn't. But I do think New England has a good defense, but oh, and but I just I don't think they have the offense to even if their defense ends up holding the Lions to 20-24. I think they're starting a rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Mac Jones is still not back. They're going to
yeah,
lean on that running game again. I don't see them putting up that many points, even though the Lions defense is very, very bad, the worst in the league. I don't know about this Patriot offense. I think it's just stagnant. They have no creativity. Like I said, they got Bailey Zappi back there, and
mhm,
I think the Lions gonna take this one. I really do. Even if they put up 17 points, I think I don't know about that offense. You know what I'm saying? That Patriot offense. I don't think this Patriot offense is going to be able to get to 20 points, which I think the Lions are probably gonna. Even without Swift and St. Brown, the Lions offense just looks good, right? You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, Patriots. If you have Harris, if you have Stevenson, I mean, you're playing those guys, obviously, with the Lions
Yeah.
just not being good. I think I prefer Stevenson just because he has been playing more percentage of the snaps now, and if they do
He,
get down, at least he's still going to
he
be
has the
involved,
higher upside. Yeah.
where Damian Harris won't be as involved if they are down. I don't think there's any wide receivers that you can play, especially obviously with the rookie QB there.
Hmm.
And then over to the Lions side, I mean, if Josh Reynolds plays, you're going to play him because there's no Shark and most likely no St. Brown. But you just got to keep an eye out for that.
Hawkinson, you got to play.
Hawkinson is going to get the ball a ton again, without. And Hawkinson has shown that, when Swift and St. Brown, and Shark are healthy, he wasn't really that involved. And now that, they're out, he's been heavily involved. So yeah, you gotta play Hawk. This is a great game to play Hawk this week. Uh yeah, I think that's it as far as the Lions. I mean, Jamal Williams, of course, you're playing. Craig Reynolds played well as well. But yeah, you're not probably not playing Craig Reynolds unless you're in the deepest of leagues. But yeah, Jamal Williams has just been on fire.
Yeah, he has. He's been good.
Yeah, he's been really
And
good.
if you drafted Swift, you should have drafted Jamal Williams, and so you should be
If
all
you can,
right.
if you can get him, yeah. I mean, in the two leagues that I have him, I wasn't able to get Jamal Williams because he just went too early. There were people out there that are high on Jamal Williams, and he got taken in a place where I couldn't grab him, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have grabbed him, or but I'm pretty sure there were some people that prioritized getting him and took him a little bit earlier than they wanted to, just to have him for the backup. So if you have Jamal Williams and you have Swift, you feel okay right now, even
Well, I
though
think
Swift should be back after the bye, right? After the bye next
yeah,
week.
he's coming back after the bye. But I think one of the things with Jamal Williams was last year, even when Swift got hurt, is Jamal Williams came in and didn't do anything. Like,
Yeah,
so it's not like we knew he was going to have this kind of role and be beasting like this, especially when last year he didn't do any of this. So,
that's true.
all right, Seahawks Saints. We're playing at the Saints. We've got no Jameis again, right? We've got
No
Andy Dalton.
Jameis.
We've got
Yep.
no.
You got the
We've
water
got no.
pistol.
We've got no Michael Thomas.
No Michael Thomas. Again, I knew you was gonna point that out. You just like coming out Mike Thomas.
Well,
You know.
it's something I've been preaching all off season just to kind of stay away. Like it's just not worth it. Like he's not going to be a top 10 guy, so it's just not worth the risk of drafting him. High in
Well,
a
hi,
certain
yeah.
spot. But Simp, what's up, Simp? Thanks for joining in. Like and subscribe if you haven't for us
That's
there.
a good one.
Irv Smith or Tanyan? That is a good one. I mean, I'll start off by saying Irv Smith he hasn't really been involved in the offense. He had the one game where he had the touchdown and then he dropped the touchdown, but they were coming from behind and they were passing the ball a ton. And other than that game, Irv Smith has done, absolutely nothing.
Squadouche.
Not that
Yeah.
Tanyan's been great. I mean, he had the touchdown last game, but I mean, only one game with 7 targets. He had 6 catches one game. The rest of the games, 2 catches, 3 catches. So this is not a good
Yeah, but I
rough
think
one.
I think Tanya coming off of the injury, and he caught the touchdown last week. Tanya is one of those guys Rogers trusts. So, and when once Rogers starts getting going and he starts throwing the ball, I think Tanya's gonna be, you know, really involved, and he's a big in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? As you saw last week, that big catch. So I just think if you're rolling the dice with these two options, I'm gonna go with Tanya. because I think he just has the better opportunity. I think Kirk doesn't look for Irv as much. It's just JJ, Thielen, and then you got Cook, and Irv just, he doesn't get the work. He doesn't stand out. So I think Tanyan is a better bet here.
Yeah, this is tough. This is really close. Because all the things that you're saying, I think it's because Irv Smith now. I mean, his snap percentage has been going up every game now since he's been back. Um, and he's probably going to see at least 4 or 5 targets, where Tanyan may only see a couple. But is Tanyan going to get in the end zone, or does Smith get in the end zone? Like, who has a better chance?
I think Tanyan has the better chance of getting in the end zone, especially with the Packers matchup. I think you might see them in the red zone, quite a bit this week against the Giants.
Yeah,
And I think he's the better bet to get a touchdown. Honestly,
yeah. This is
I mean both good matchups, but I don't know. I just think Tanyan's better, and then I think Rodgers has a little connection with Tanyan, rather than you haven't seen that from Irv and Cousins.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go opposite of you here. I'm gonna go with Irv just because like
Your boy.
he hasn't been
Your boy.
like Rogers hasn't been like looking for Tanyan down there, and I just can't 2 targets a game. I just can't like I just can't like fathom that really. It's just it's hard in a game that they're probably gonna run more. And now you've got Lazard back, you've got you got Dobbs, Dubes, whatever damn name is. And so yeah, I'm gonna go with Irv Smith on this one, and we'll see how it plays out. We'll come back to this one, Boggs.
What a surprise. You went with the Viking. What a surprise.
But
Your
yeah,
boy.
I think I am gonna go with Irv here. I'm gonna go with Irv over Tanyan.
All right.
All right, simple. We'll come back to that question next week and see who got it
Yes,
right.
we definitely will.
But yeah, I mean, I just if Tanyan doesn't score the touchdown, it's rough. Like even with Tanyan's touchdown, he still didn't even have 10 points. So it's like Irv Smith, the upside is with Irv Smith there. Um,
I don't know.
so
We'll
yeah,
see.
that's
But
that's
we're
what I'm.
talking about for this
We'll roll
week.
the dice with Cade Otten. Cade
No,
Otten.
no,
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 don't do
no,
that.
no. No. Simp, if you do that, you got some stones, kid. I'll give it to you. You got some onions if you rode with Cade Otten.
He
Because
had
that's
season high 3 catches last week.
well, Cameron Brate was ruled out with a concussion this week, so he probably got a full week of practice. I don't know if they worked him into the game plan, but that's a bold move from Leonidas. Simp. If you pull that off, you got some stones.
But yeah, no, I'm not rolling the dice with Cade Otten. I mean,
Me either.
Brady, he's got Evans back. Godwin should be playing as well. Gage. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got his weapons back. And then they're always mixing in a few different tight ends as well. So no, Otten's not going to be a guy that'll be
No.
like heavily involved. Will he get lucky maybe and have 1 or 2 targets and a touchdown? Possibly, but I think for me at least, Irv Smith will at least give you a few points where Tanyan and Auden could literally give you donuts. I don't think
Yes.
Irv Smith will give. I
Oh,
don't
I don't
think
know
Irv
about
Smith will give you a
I don't
donut.
know about Tanya giving you a donut,
I mean,
but
with the 2 targets, it's with 2 targets in multiple games, it's rough. But yeah,
maybe.
definitely don't go with Auden Simp. But thanks
Yeah.
for the question there, Hamza. Thanks for joining in, man. Should I trade Mark Andrews and Ayuk for Pitts and AJ Brown?
Oh, this is hard.
Uh, this is real tough because it is like a buy low little window for Pitts, but I don't know how much better it's going to get for Pitts over the course of the season.
I don't
Where
think
Mark,
so.
where Mark Andrews is just going nuclear, and Ayuk should be a little bit better than he was last game. But
He's not gonna be no AJ
what
Brown,
is
but
what does the rest of your team look like? I think off the bat, it's kind of like probably no, but what does the rest of your team look like? Are you in need of a receiver here? Is that why you're trying to do this trade? So give us a little more insight on what your team looks like so we can kind of properly assess if you should actually make the
Yeah,
trade.
and if you're just thinking about this bad game for Mark Andrews, yeah, he didn't have a great game this past game. Uh, don't worry about it. I think Andrews will be all right. Lamar still looks for him. It was rainy. It was nasty out. But this is interesting, because Pitts has all the upside in the world, but that Falcons team just they don't throw to him, dude. There's no plays designed for him. I don't think he's the first read on any play. Like they don't throw to him for whatever reason. But AJ Brown's going to be a menace for the rest of the season if he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
So
because
I don't know.
my other receivers are Debo and Deontay. I'm guessing there's probably two wide receiver and a flex that you've got to play in there. But
I can
honestly, no, I'm not making. I don't think I'm making that trade.
nah, me either.
With the guys that you have, if you've got Debo and Deontay there, Deontay's going to get better. He's still getting the targets. But I'm not willing. Yeah, because the difference between Deontay and AJ Brown, and the difference between Mark Andrews
And Pitts
and
is
yeah, is
big.
that's a big drop off from Andrews
Mhm.
and Pitts. So I think I'm just staying put there and just roll with Ayuk and Deontay Johnson, and keep Andrews, because Andrews is just going to give you that advantage anyway and make up for whatever difference in points. So yeah, I'm going to keep Mark Andrews there. What do you think,
Mark
Quagga?
and Yeah, Mark Andrews is really good at football. Yeah, I would keep Mark Andrews too. I don't just to get AJ Brown. Nah, I keep Mark Andrews. Like you said, the drop off. You know what I'm saying? It's a big drop off from AJ to Deontay, but the drop off from Pitts to Mark Andrews is huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sim T. Higgins is questionable. I think he's most likely going to play though. But thinking about picking up Mac Hollins in case he's ruled out. Got nobody else to plug in. There's got to be somebody better than
Yeah,
Mac
because
Hollins.
temper your expectations this week with Matt Collins, because Hunter Renfro's off the injury report, and
That's
that wide receiver three is that second wide receiver in that offense is definitely Hunter Renfro. So
yeah. I wouldn't go with Mac Hollins this week. If Renfro wasn't playing, then yes. But with Renfro playing, I'm not going with Mac Hollins. This week. There's got to be somebody else. I mean, there's got
yeah,
to be somebody that you can throw out there. Tell me who's on the waivers there or something. Simp. Let us know who else. What other options you got? Because Matt Collins is just not. It's just not a good option.
not this week.
Not a
Not
good
with
option.
Renfro coming back.
Yeah. Um. Alios, thanks for joining in. Like and subscribe if you haven't for us there. We appreciate you. Thielen, Dubes, Dylan, or Juju at flex. You got some good options there.
Yeah, really good options. I'm probably gonna go Dylan this week at flex.
It's yeah.
He,
Yeah.
for me, I think I like
Dylan
Dylan.
hasn't been great. Dylan hasn't been great though.
No, but given the matchup, you know what I'm saying, and with the Giants defense, I think Dylan has some upside. Also, maybe Dubes. I just know Giants' defense is good, but I do think that it's Aaron Rodgers is going to have a good day. So Juju wouldn't be bad, but I think I'll go Dylan.
Yeah, I mean Dylan is 17 rushing attempts last game. But is he's not really the guy. Is he the guy at the goal line? Is like Aaron Jones? Like it's just
Bro, this is a true split because they play them everywhere. It doesn't matter if they get inside the one or inside the five or close like that. They will use Aaron Jones, but sometimes they'll use AJ Dillon. I don't think there's roles in this offense for both of these backs. They put them on the field at the same time, so it's really hard to what's the name. But both of them are going to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? they're both going to get the ball because that's what this offense is. It's a two-headed monster, and you know, 17 rushes for
Yeah,
Dylan. But what did Aaron Jones had? He had probably 10 rushes, a couple of receptions. He,
I think he
he
had
had a
18.
pretty
He had like one more rush, I think,
Yeah,
than
he
Aaron.
had one more rush, but he had 100 yards.
Yeah,
So you know what I'm saying? They're gonna run the ball. They split it evenly, 20 touches a piece, and then you get the receiving. Um, Dylan just getting too much work right now to put him on the bench out
yeah.
of these guys.
I think for me, Juju is out in this conversation. I don't think I'm starting Juju over any of these other three guys. Actually,
Yeah.
Juju has been decent. He's been getting a decent amount of targets, but he hasn't really been producing. And Mahomes is just kind of spreading it out to where you can't kind
Mm-hmm.
of rely on that. So I like Dubes or Thielen or Dylan better than Juju in this case. And I mean, Thielen's been getting work, Dubes has been getting work. But yeah, like you said, I think Dylan is definitely the way to go just because you
Yeah.
know that the workload is going to be there no matter what. And, they are going against the Giants. So yeah, I'm going to roll with Dylan on this one as well. But yeah, Juju is definitely out. But yeah, we're going to roll Dylan. We're both rolling Dylan on this one. Helios, thanks for the question there. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. We appreciate all you. Right. Team is Hurts, CMC, Jamal Williams, I'm gonna guess. T. Higgins, Godwin, Mike Williams, Curtis Samuel, and Tanyan. Benches Swift, Penny, Alexander Madison, Robinson, Irv Smith, and A Rob. 12-man PPR. Jamal Williams, yep. 4-0 as of right now, playing the second place team this weekend. But yeah, I mean, you've got a good squad there.
Yeah.
Uh, Hopefully T. Higgins is playing. If not, I mean, you got Mike Williams or Curtis Samuel to throw in there. But yeah, you got a nice squad. Obviously, the tight end is probably the weakest spot, but
You can stream tight
you got
ends.
Swift still. You got yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You still got Swift on the bench there with Penny and Madison. Yeah, you got a good squad. I don't know if there was a
Um,
question. I don't know if there was a question there that I missed, but
I would try and with this squad, I try and trade Penny like right now because
yeah,
You got Brian Robinson coming back. I think Brian Robinson's going to take over the Commanders backfield. I would see if I can try and go get another wide receiver for Penny. You know what I'm saying? And
or take Penny and Samuels, or Penny and Mike Williams,
and
or
try and
or
go and
something
get
like
a
that. Yeah,
yeah
try and get a better
better receiver because
better
maybe
receiver.
you never know. You know?
Jamal Williams, even when Swift comes back, you're still going to be able to play him if you have to.
Yeah.
He's still gonna have a role. So yeah, if you can, there's the move to be made if you wanted to make a move there, Simp, with some of that depth. So Arctic Beast, what's up, Arctic? Thanks for joining in. Who should I start at flex? Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, or T. Higgins? If T. Higgins is playing, without a
You're,
doubt, it's T.
you're
Higgins, and it's
starting
not
T.
even close.
Higgins.
So let's just make a scenario where T. Higgins is not playing. It's still easily Alan Lazard for me over Garrett Wilson. What do you think, Bagala?
It's definitely Alan Lazard. Not easily though. Not easily. I like Garrett Wilson. You know, he's getting about 7 targets a game. I don't know. He kind of have to see how the sweet life comes back. Last week was an ugly game, but
Yeah,
it's definitely Alan Lazard. But don't sleep on Garrett Wilson for the rest of the season.
no, I'm not sleeping on him for the rest of the season, but he hasn't shown anything except obviously that one game. But Flacco was throwing the ball a shit ton, and that's not going to happen now. And Zach Wilson is now throwing the ball, so it's a different QB. And Zach has been known to go more to Elijah Moore, but we'll see how that turns out. So yeah, for me, it's easily T. Higgins. If he don't play, then it's boom, it's Lazard.
Yeah,
Plug and play.
same.
I don't think you can play Garrett Wilson yet.
No,
I don't think you can
no,
play him
not yet. But I would think about it. But I like Alan Lazard.
yet. Yeah. Evan, thanks for joining in. Like and subscribe there. If you haven't for us, would you trade Najee for Camara? And Camara is one of your guys, I know.
He is one of my guys.
But
But
yeah, what do you
for
think?
Dynasty, no, I wouldn't do
No,
this for
we're not talking
Dynasty.
about. Yeah, we're going to talk about
Yeah,
redraft. I don't think we're talking about
but
that.
redraft, yeah, I think I would do this, Steve.
Would you
I
trade
think I would.
Najee for Camara?
I think I would do this. I don't know. It's just the reason why is because the Steelers offense just looks so bad. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Najee's gonna get the volume and things like that, but Kamara's also gonna get the volume, and the Saints are a lot better than the Steelers. I think I might do this because I think I just not saying because I have him on my team. I think Kamara's gonna come back and he's gonna start giving you, a little bit of more of what we usually see from Kamara. And now that you know, the water pistols in that quarterback, Andy Dalton, I think that we're going to start seeing Camara catch the ball out of the backfield a little bit more dump downs. I think I might do, yeah, I would do this. I would do
Yeah,
this. This
I
is a
think
tough one.
I like the upside more with Camara. But then also, with Pickett coming in, does that change things a little bit for the Steelers where they are a little bit better? Because like you said, Najee is going to get all the work, regardless, just like Camara is.
Yeah.
So it
I,
is a really, really, really tough one. Um, damn.
I, that's rough. I think it's more of a lateral move because,
It is.
uh,
I'm not a huge lateral move kind of person, unless you
but
can get something on top of it. Like if you could get
yeah,
Camara and a little tiny piece, like just to make it feel better. Because it is a straight lateral kind of move. You're just going from running back to running back,
Yeah, but I guess it's if you're panicking on Najee, he really hasn't done anything. And you can say for Camara hasn't done anything too, but you can also say Kamara's been hurt. We've seen Najee play and he just has not produced. And it's kind of because of that offense and that offensive line. You know what I'm saying? They can't block for him.
yeah,
So, if you feel like Camara is just in a better situation and in a better situation that score points and have big games, then I would do it because the Steelers just haven't looked good, and I wouldn't blame you for wanting to get out from
yeah,
under Najee.
yeah. I mean, I think I like Camara better as well, but you just have to, understand that there's that risk with Camara where he is injured, he's been injured, and so there still is that little risk there. But yeah, I think I like Camara as just a little bit more upside,
Yeah,
especially out.
for down for the rest of the season. Also, Evan, Kamara hasn't really been doing anything, and he's been injured. When you're trading, you should never lead off with, I don't know if you offered this or somebody offered that to you, but you want to try and lowball for Kamara right now. You want to try and buy low on Kamara right now because he has been hurt and he hasn't done anything. So, the value of the play, you really have to check it. There's no reason you can probably get Kamara without even giving up Najee.
Well, that's
You
what I
know?
was saying. If you can get another piece with Camara and make that deal look better, even if you've got to add something else, just so you can get a better piece as well with Camara, that would be a better option than just kind of moving that lateral side to side. Because realistically, at the
Absolutely.
end of the season, how much different is Najee's, points going to be to Camara's? I mean, we don't know. Is it going to be that great of a difference? So, try and get something else that could give you a slight edge.
Yeah, or give up less.
Yeah, definitely. Also have a flex question: half PPR, Juju, ETN, or DJ Moore. I'm gonna go with. I gotta go with Juju. I think
Yeah, me too.
DJ Moore just hasn't been playing well. Baker hasn't been playing. The whole Panthers offense hasn't. So until he starts playing well, I think you've got a better, floor play, I guess, with Juju. But I mean, DJ did have 11 targets last game, so it seemed like they were trying to get him the ball a little bit more. Baker got batted down at the line like 3 times, going to DJ on a little out routes that would have been catches. So I am feeling a little bit better about DJ because they actually did, really heavily target him. But I think in this particular situation, I think you got to go Juju right now. I'm not
Definitely
I'm not
Juju.
ready to plug in ETN yet. But yeah,
No, James
oh,
Robinson is taking too much of his work. I think it's Juju. Yeah, I would go
yeah, I'm
Juju
going
too
with
here.
Juju. I'm going with Juju this week,
I'm with you,
Evan. So
Steve.
sit,
I'm with
sit
the
DJ
Schwam.
Moore, sit
I'm with
DJ
the
Moore,
Schwam.
and go Juju.
Yeah, that's your boy though, DJ Moore.
I love DJ Moore. DJ Moore's a great player, but I was gonna try and trade Penny after week 6 since Swift and Williams on bye.
No,
Unsure.
I think you try and trade Penny now. This is when his value is going to be the highest. Because
Yeah,
if he has an off game, the only way his value goes is he has to kill it again. And
yeah,
who are the Seahawks playing? They're playing the Saints.
yeah,
I don't see Penny running wild on that Saints defense. So I think you try and play Penny now, and you got Brian Robinson there. You start Brian Robinson for a week until Swift comes back, or you still have Williams. So you know, oh,
yeah.
with
You
Williams
have
on you
yeah,
Williams on the bye, so you saw Brian Robinson for a week. You know,
yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there because even if let's just say the Seahawks fall behind and Penny winds up only getting like that short little 10 carries, and then what? Then it's going to be hard to try and trade him off that. Since he just had the big week, it's easier to trade him now and you can get more from him right now than you could possibly in another 2 weeks. So, you're banking on Penny having another good week 5 and good week 6 when he hasn't been good before any of these games. He hasn't played good except for that one game so far. So,
and it was
I,
against the
I would,
Lions. The
and it
Lions
was
have a
against
really
and it
bad
was against the
defense.
Lions. So take advantage now and just move Penny. There's no reason to wait. Just try and get something for Penny or trade Penny and B Rob. B Rob is coming back. Use that to your advantage. Trade both of those
Yeah,
guys for an RB. So try and look at it that way, Simp. Also thought about dropping A Rob to pick up Rashard White.
is Allen Robinson droppable though, Steve?
I mean, I have him in a league. I haven't dropped him, but I've damn sure thought about it because my bench is, it's hard to, I'm at a point where I got to pick up guys, and it's like, shit, do I have room to keep even A Rob? I don't think you can drop him just because, he is with Stafford. It is, or it was, let's just say, an explosive offense. It hasn't been this year, obviously. But yeah, I mean, Rashard White is a guy that you do kind of want to have on your bench if you can get him, especially if Lenny goes down. He'll probably see more and more work now in the
I
passing game.
I
So,
think even if Lenny doesn't go down, he might see a little bit more work in the passing
well, he
game.
is.
And
Yeah,
then I think they're gonna start, taking a little bit off of Lenny's plate because they were giving him the ball a lot. But I just don't know if I'm willing to drop A Rob because it's like Stafford can turn it around any moment with
yeah.
Sean McVay, and then it's like you lose out on he still has upside, even though he's been bad. He
Hmm.
still has more upside than Ricard White, I think.
Yeah, and then speaking of A Rob and the Rams, I mean, I'm in a situation where in one league I have Stafford as my QB, and it's like I want to sit him, but there's nobody out there that I can play that is really better or the
That
potential of what do I play Carson Wentz instead? Like after the last 2 games, I don't know, you
yeah,
know. So it's rough. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna drop A Rob. And you don't necessarily need him, right? You got Swift, you've got Williams. Those are 2 guys you can play alone by themselves all season. You know, you've got B Rob, and then, like I said, if you try and make a trade, grab another running back, and then you're good there. So, Dark Wolf, what's up, Dark Wolf? Thanks for joining in, man. Dobbins or Camara, if he plays for my flex, London or Boyd or wide receiver 2.
Definitely London.
Yeah, definitely London. Unless Higgins doesn't play,
Yeah, but
maybe
well,
Boyd.
maybe I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think that's where I'm going. I'm going with London if Higgins is playing. If Higgins is not playing, I think I'm going with Boyd instead. Especially because the Falcons are playing against the Bucks. So yeah.
And plus, and yeah, if Higgins doesn't play, it's Boyd. But if he does, London's London's the better play. Only Boyd only becomes a better play if Higgins is out because Joe Burrow is just is throwing
Yeah.
him the ball and Mariota's throwing London the ball. But
Yeah.
if Higgins plays, Boyd just won't see the value that
Yeah,
London will
exactly.
see.
Exactly.
And
Um,
I like Camara right now. Give me some Camara. I like his matchup. He's coming back. He seems to be healthy. Give me some Camara over Dobbins. Even though Dobbins had the 2 touchdowns, he did slow down afterwards. And how many touches did he end up with? You know, I don't think that
JK.
many.
Well, I think since they got a lot of injuries, he's gonna get decent. He's gonna get burned.
Yeah, but
Let
I
me see
don't
what
think that many.
'cause he only had. I mean, he had 13. He had 13 rushing attempts. He had 4 targets and 4 catches. Now he
Okay.
wasn't efficient. That is the one thing I will say is that he
No,
wasn't
it
efficient,
wasn't.
and he didn't look good on the ground. But he did have the 2 touchdowns, obviously. But that's the thing is where he's going to give you more touchdown, upside and opportunity than he is really, as far as just yardage is concerned.
But is he though? Because down at the goal line, you never know because Lamar can vulture him. You
It's
know what I'm
either
saying?
because that's the thing on that option. It's either Dobbins gets the 2 TDs or Lamar gets those 2 TDs. So it could have just as easily been a no TD game and 13 for 41 for J.K. Dobbins with no TDs,
Hmm. It
as it
looks a
could have
lot
been
different.
what he had. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna play Camara until Dobbins has a few more games under his belt. He still only played about 50% of the snaps as well. So I think I want to see him play a little bit more before I feel comfortable. And Dobbins is a great like sell high kind of guy as well. So
Yeah.
uh, if you wanted to just see what you can get for him, you can do that as well. Because then don't forget what's his name is coming back too. Gus Edwards, isn't he? Isn't he coming back soon?
I don't know. The last time I heard
Because
about Sedwards, he
he's
was
on the
a
pup.
ways back.
But he's on the pup. He was activated from the pup, so soon he might be getting some work. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Camara here as well. I don't love it, but they are going against the Saints, so he should see some decent work, especially now that he's probably mostly healed up from taking that extra week off. Um, so I'm not
Mhm.
mad if you played JK, but I think Camara is going to be the better play. I don't expect JK to score 2 touchdowns again. Marcos, thanks Marcos for joining in, man. Like and subscribe if you haven't already for us there. FPPR, Godwin, Waddle, Olave, Camara, and Jamal Williams, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Also Dallas or Philly defense. Thank you. All right. We got 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. We got to pick three. One, two. We got to pick three of the four, and then we got to go with Dallas or Philly. As far as the defense is concerned. Now,
Well, for me, this is the wide receivers. Probably would be Godwin. Godwin has Atlanta. I think he looks healthy. They took the injury designation off of him, so he's not injured no more. He's a full go against Atlanta. I think Godwin has a big game. Um, to me, it's either Olave or Waddle, and Teddy Bridgewater is quarterbacking. I don't know. I might. I guess Godwin, Waddle, and I like Camara, man. I like Camara this week. Not saying Jamal Williams had a big week. Don't get me wrong.
oh, 5 out of 5, 3 out of 5. You got to pick.
Yeah.
Who you
So
got?
it's Godwin, Waddle, Camara for me. And one flex Godwin, Waddle, and Camara. And Philly's playing. Philly's D is really good. The way they swallowed up Trevor Lawrence and Christian Kirk last week, I think they do the same against Arizona. So it's Godwin, Waddle, Camara, and give me Philadelphia's D. I think that's what I would go. Definitely for sure.
You like the Philly D this week
Yeah, bro. Philly's D's really good. I think you can trot Philly's D
against the
out.
Cardinals at
Yeah,
home?
I think you can trot them out there most weeks and feel like that defense is gonna hold whatever offense to a few points. Because I don't know. I just think they're really good. Look what they did to Trevor Lawrence and Christian Kirk. They were on fire coming into that game, and I think you see more of the same with Kyler and
Yeah, no,
Hollywood.
yeah, but the Cowboys D's been on fire too. They're playing the Rams, who the Rams obviously haven't been good at all. But yeah,
No,
either
they haven't, and this pains me to be picking between these two fucking defenses. Let me tell you, I hate Dallas, I hate Philly, I hate saying that they're good, but they both got good
I
defense. I
mean
think Philly's
they
just
did
better.
they did go against Washington and Jacksonville the last 2 weeks. Um,
Yeah, but Philly's D
like,
also held your boy in check, JJ. And Kirk in check. The Philly D
yeah,
has been
we were
showing
getting
out, dude.
we were getting blown. I know.
I just use them because that's a good offense. You know what I'm saying?
9 sacks they had against Washington. Jesus.
Yeah,
But are they going to be able to sack Kyler Murray? That's you know.
the running baby.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one actually because the Rams have been absolutely horrible on offense. Cowboys have been sacking the shit out of everybody, and Stafford can't really get out the pocket. So
I
I
ain't
think
mad at that.
I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys, but it's really close. You can't go wrong, man. Either defense that you play
Yeah,
there, and as far as the other ones there, um, it's tough to just go like Camara over Jamal Williams because you got to pick either one of those in the flex there. And
I
Jamal
think.
Williams has been on fucking fire.
Yeah, but I think he gets a tough matchup in New England this week. That's why.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But all right, let me pick these two guys here. Now Teddy's playing, right? We don't got Tua.
Yeah, Teddy's playing no
You're
Tua.
still going with Waddle, even with Teddy.
Yeah, I don't know why I trust. Well, you know, Andy Dalton showed something with Olave last week in London. But also his Hill playing in this game. I know there was something with his quad. I like Waddle. I think Hill, Cheetah. I think Cheetah and Waddle kind of ping pong weeks. I don't know. I'm feeling Waddle
But
this week against the
Cheetah
Jets.
actually might not even play.
Play. That's
So
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
you definitely got to keep an eye on that. If Cheetah doesn't play, I think Waddle automatically you've got to throw in there. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna go with Godwin. I think had like 10 targets. So yeah, for
Yeah.
me, it's gonna be Godwin and Waddle at wide receiver. If Cheetah doesn't play, if Cheetah plays, I'm going with Olave and I'm not going with Waddle. So just keep an eye on that. So that's my two choices there for wide receiver, and then at the flex position, I'm gonna roll with the hot hand, the Jamal Williams. I know Camara is coming back, but it is his first game. His first game going to be back. Does he get all the touches? So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Jamal Williams, even against that defense, the Patriots defense, because I think it's just going to be obviously they've just been scoring. Jamal Williams just been killing it. So I'm going with Jamal Williams. I'm going with Godwin, and I'm going with Waddle if uh, Cheetah doesn't play, or I'm going with Godwin and Olave if Cheetah does play. Thanks, Marcos. My bad. I know we took mad long to answer that.
That was a hard one. That was a hard one. That was a
But
lot of
yeah,
people.
it's just it's rough. And when when you guys ask us questions, we appreciate obviously all the questions, but we take our time and we really think about shit and ask you guys questions about your teams and stuff, so we can kind of give you the best answer because with different formats, there's different answers for different kind of formats and stuff like that. So
Definitely, definitely. What's the next game? Did we speak about all of them?
no, we're just going over questions. We're getting a bunch of questions, so I guess we're just going
Yeah,
to
they're rolling in.
Any thoughts on wide receivers I could get trading away Kyler Murray? Okay. Is this a one QB league, Dark Wolf? I'm
And
guessing.
what's the alternative?
And what wide receivers do you have currently? Because you can probably do better with trading Kyler Murray and somebody you have on your roster for a wide receiver instead of just Kyler Murray
Yeah, because
for
I
a
don't
wide
I don't
receiver.
think Kyler Murray has had that really big game just yet where you can sell him high. He's been solid. You know what I'm saying? I have him in one of my leagues. Kyler Murray's been solid. But I think you might want to wait to try and trade Kyler Murray if that's what you want to do, because I think he's gonna have one of those really big games where you see him run all over the place and throw 3 touchdowns one of these weeks, and then you can trade him at his highest value. But I wouldn't be thinking about trading him now. He's been good, but he
Well,
just hasn't. His value is just not high enough for me.
Dark Wolf, I think the first place that you want to start is looking through all of the teams in your league and who actually needs a QB, because that's going to
True.
be the other part of it, is that you can't really just pinpoint a wide receiver, because if that team has fucking Patrick Mahomes, that does absolutely nothing for them. Kyler Murray does nothing for them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think you've got to start there. Look at the teams in your league and see who actually needs a QB and might want Kyler Murray. See what wide receivers they have, and then kind of determine from there the route that you want to go. So I
Yeah,
would say that first.
because QBs are kind of hard to trade, especially in one QB leagues. You know what I'm saying? Because with a team with a really good QB,
There you go. He's added up here. All right, one QB. He has Cup, Boyd, Thomas, London, Bateman. Was thinking of adding Kittle to Murray as well. That's got to be Michael Thomas? Yeah, I trade Murray and Michael Thomas. If you could find a Mike Thomas lover, there's some Mike Thomas lovers out there. But yeah, I think the first place that you need to start is definitely finding a team that actually needs a QB, especially in a one QB league. There's not going to be many teams that need a QB. So, you need to find the team that you can actually use to actually trade Kyler Murray with. And then, yeah, you can combine Kyler Murray with anybody. If you can keep Kittle and give away somebody else, that'd be good as well. But if you got to give up Kittle, then you got to. But like I said, it depends who that team need. If they need a QB and a tight end, then boom, perfect. But yeah, I definitely would say just look through your league, man, and see what's up there. Uh, Tyler, thanks for joining in, Tyler. We appreciate you, man. Like and subscribe if you haven't for us there. Start AJ Dillon or Gabe Davis in the flex PPR. We're going AJ
AJ
all
Dillon
day.
all day.
Yeah, we're both going AJ here. Gabe Davis just is hasn't he's not very consistent at all. It could be anybody that gets the ball there. And AJ Dillon is going to get, 15, 17, 18 rushing attempts and going to be
20
enough,
touches.
So yeah, we're both going with AJ Dillon there. Tyler, thanks for joining in. Alex Alfonso, thanks for joining in. Like and subscribe, guys. Appreciate all y'all. Put your questions in the chat there. We will get to them. Like and subscribe for us, and we'll get all to your questions here. Aaron Jones or Jeff Wilson? Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones. Jeff Wilson's been good. He hasn't been that good. His Aaron Jones.
Not better than Aaron. Not better than
No,
Aaron.
he
But
hasn't.
yeah,
33. And
we're going.
honestly, I think Aaron Jones is the running back you want to have in that backfield for me.
Yep.
So he catches the ball, he runs the ball. Aaron Jones is really good right now.
Young Berg, yo, what's up, Young Berg? Like and subscribe if you haven't there first. Man, do I start Joku or Woohoo, or my guy, Baby
The
Gronk.
baby Gronk.
The Baby Gronk or Joku. This is a real tough one because Baby Gronk's been producing and Joku's been producing.
Yeah.
So this is a real good question here. Let me look at Baby Gronk real quick. I mean, they are going against Buffalo. It is Kenny Pickett's, first kind of official game starting. Or do you go with Joku, who has been really involved? Now, I know you have Joku on the team. Is that you? What do I hear there on your mic?
Yes, that's my fault. I was moving it.
All right. So yeah, who are you going with?
This is tough. I haven't Joku in one of my leagues. He's in two leagues really. He's been solid. He's been really good for the past 2 weeks. But I don't know. I think I might go with Baby Gronk. Pat Firemouth. I think with the rookie quarterback, the tight end can be a nice little safety blanket. Short, nice some dump offs to him and things like that. Yeah, I'm feeling some. I'm still feeling some fire move this week.
Yeah, I'm feeling Baby Gronk as well. I mean, Joku has played well, but he obviously had that one huge game. Last week had a good game as well. This week going against the Chargers D.
He could have
Uh,
had a better game had he not fumbled.
but yeah,
But
I'm gonna go with Baby Gronk, especially that Pickett is in. He could be looked to dumping it off pretty early or looking for that safety blanket. In Baby Gronk, and Baby Gronk has just played. He's played well so far. So you can't go wrong with Baby Gronk. He's averaging like 10 points a game or some shit like that. So I'll take that. Yee said, I hope I'm saying that shit right, man. I appreciate you because you're always on
he
with
said, "I am a
I don't know
Michael
if it's
Thomas
here yet.
lover."
I thought he was still the draft where he went. Now looking to trade him. Listen, depending where you drafted him, it's fine if you drafted him, really late. And I think he's a fine guy to take a chance on if you can get him really late. But you couldn't draft him more than like your wide receiver 4 or 5, like because I've
No,
been saying it all off season. Like, just no, don't draft Michael Thomas. Do not draft Julio Jones. Two guys I said do not draft, and I'm not always right. Like I get shit wrong all the time, but those two things I was just right about so far. Michael Thomas just can't stay on the field
all right. Can we
anymore.
stop
Again,
tooting our own horn here?
no, because he
All
doesn't
right, we
listen.
get it.
Listen, he doesn't have Drew Brees. He doesn't have fucking Sean Payton. It's just a different team. He's not the same Michael Thomas, that 130 catch Michael Thomas that we once had. That's all I'll say about Michael Thomas.
150.
Took him 70th overall. So what, a 10-team league? I guess that's what, round 7. I mean, yeah, it's not horrible. You didn't take him in that crazy of a place. As long as you weren't starting him in your official like starting lineup to begin with,
Yeah.
you're good there. Anthony, thanks for joining, Anthony. Appreciate you, man. Start Kyler or Lawrence this
Trevor
week.
Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
You don't want to start if you don't have to start Kyler. You don't want to start Kyler against that Philly D. You saw what Philly did to Lawrence. Lawrence has Houston. Just if you don't have to, stay away from that Philly D. If those are my two options, I like Lawrence all the way this week because
Well,
I have to
I
start Murray, and I don't feel good about it at all.
think this is what happens always pretty much with Murray. Absolutely garbage the first half. Second half, they're playing catch up and garbage time ball, and he winds up putting up a decent, good amount of fantasy points. Where Lawrence, I just, man, I don't know, man.
T-Law was rolling before that Eagles game, and
He
he
was.
was
You
rolling
got to
before
give it
that
to him.
Eagles game. And we got to give and I hate to see it as a Giants fan, we got to give that defense from Philadelphia its credit. And I had to play Lawrence and Kirk last week. I didn't want to, and I was right to. Lawrence had 5 turnovers. Kirk had two receptions. One of them was a deep bomb, or both of them was.
Well,
So
you
it
could
doesn't look good for Kyler and Hollywood this week.
you could always make a case for anything really that you really want to put your mind to, or that whatever you want to believe, you can make yourself believe. So let's
Nah,
just say that Kyler Murray is just playing a little bit too much Call of Duty this week, and let's just roll. Let's just roll with Trevor Lawrence.
Is it double XP? Is it double XP?
Oh, it might be, but I heard somebody was saying something interesting. Actually, I was listening to this morning about Kyler Murray, how more towards the end of the season and the playoffs, how he's not able to be, successful because at that time, those teams are really kind of tuning in to stop everything, and they're really trying to, put a scheme together to stop you. And Kyler is just not, I don't want to say
Well,
not
well,
smart enough, but he's just
well, Steve. If
he
you ever
doesn't
watch,
read shit well. Like he doesn't read things, anything. Like he's only good scrambling and getting out of the pocket, and like he's just not otherwise a good quarterback. Like
like if you watch the Cardinals, most of the time he comes out of the huddle, he goes up to the line, and and he hikes the ball, and they run that play that's called in the huddle.
mhm.
There's no pre-snap anything there.
Yeah, that's what
He's
I'm
not
saying.
making any adjustments and things like that. And as that's the right now his athleticism has carried him. You know what I'm saying? But when you come against, those better teams deeper and you get to the playoffs and things like that, your athleticism is not, is not gonna just separate you from those teams. You need more. And what you're seeing is that he's unable to give it right now. I think he'll get it, but yeah, he's probably playing too much Call of Duty this week against the Eagles, and I wouldn't play him. I'm playing Trevor Lawrence,
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's hard to actually sit Kyler if you drafted him because you probably drafted him decently high, but
and he's not
um,
playing bad. He's not playing
no.
bad.
But that's what I'm saying. Is even if he does have a bad game, he's still going to put up decent fantasy points because of the rushing. But yeah, let's just roll with Trevor Lawrence this week because he has been, obviously other than last week, he has been slinging it. So let's stick
And
with the
Kyler
hot
has a bad
hand.
month.
Let's stick with the guy that's slinging it. And let's go with Trevor Lawrence there. Young Berg says Amari Cooper or Curtis Samuel.
Ooh.
That's a these are some really good ones. Curtis. The thing with Curtis Samuel is that they want to get Curtis Samuel the ball, and he's always involved. Now there is one other variable this week where Dotson is not playing, so you've got
More
Samuel
Curtis
and
Samuel.
you've got Terry, and then you've got, of course, Amari. Pretty much the only guy over there.
Yeah,
You can
but
look at this two ways, right? You can look at that Curtis Samuel part and say, "Oh yeah, we want to play Curtis Samuel," or you can also look at the Amari part and say, "Hey, they are going against the Chargers. Maybe they do have to throw it a little bit more, so maybe Amari is more involved, or maybe Derwin James is locking that ass up." But so which way do you really want to
well,
look at it?
let's start it here. Curtis Samuel has the better matchup.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He's
absolutely.
playing Tennessee. Tennessee is, their defense is not really that good. So and plus Curtis Samuel gets a ton of targets. And if you think about it, what they do in Cleveland first is they run the ball first. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Coop had those big games, but Curtis Samuel had some good games too. And Curtis Samuel also gets some touches running the ball. You know what I'm saying? They like to give him the ball on a couple of rushes a game. And he's getting the targets. I like Curtis Samuel. I like the matchup he has better than Amari's. And I guess you could say I like Carson Wentz better than Jacoby Brissett because Carson Wentz slings it, but not always to the right team, but he slings it.
Amari did have, he did have obviously the two big games. And Amari could very well be back into form and have a great game as well. But I think, especially with, like I said, with Dotson being out, they're going to make an effort to get Curtis Samuel the ball a little bit more. So I am going to roll with Curtis, especially Wentz has been struggling. So I expect probably a lot more kind of screens and short passes just to kind of, get the game flowing for them well. So yeah, I'm going to go with Curtis Samuel here as well. But it's a tough choice. Buffalo held Andrews to 3 points in PPR. Yeah, I mean,
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. He did not have a good game.
Yeah, that Buffalo D is serious. Oz, thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe if you haven't for us there. We appreciate all you guys in here. Drop your comments in the chat there. We will get to them. We were previewing some of the games, but there's been a lot of questions, so we're just kind of going over questions right now. We appreciate all you guys. Do you think Gabe Davis will play better this week? I mean, if you haven't been following us, I mean, make sure you subscribe there. But I was not a huge fan of Gabe Davis coming into the season. Um, he's just a little inconsistent. He's not a crazy great route runner and all that. McKenzie has played great. If McKenzie's out, Davis probably could play a little bit better this week. Josh Allen just loves that. Whoever's in the slot, like Josh Allen pretty much loves. So
Josh
uh,
Allen loves Stephon Diggs, and
of course,
Gabe
of
Davis.
course,
Dave Davis could play good, and he could have a bad game. You
he's a
can't
hit or
really
miss.
tell. Yeah, you can't really tell who's going to get this ball other than Diggs in the offense. But I mean, they're playing. They're playing Pittsburgh, so I do think Gabe Davis is still a good receiver. He's good enough to, give him a shot. But if you don't have any better options, but he could not. I think he's a boomer bust type play, Gabe
He
Davis.
is. That's the thing with Gabe Davis is he's going to be a boomer bust type guy. The thing that upsets me with Gabe Davis is like even when Buffalo scored that fucking crazy amount of points, like he was just not involved. And that's kind of like it's like, hey, well, what the hell? Yeah, he could play better this week, but again, he's just one of those guys that's kind of going to be boomer bust. Where if you're throwing him in your flex, you're just kind of playing him every
You're
week
running the risk.
and
Yeah.
hoping for the best. But he's not going to a guy that's going to be. He's not going to be a guy that's going to be consistent for you week in and week out. He's just not, unfortunately. But thanks for the question there, Oz. Yee took him 70s. We got that. DD Red Solo Cup. I like that name. Thanks for joining, man. Subscribe if you haven't already there for us. Should I drop Gerald Everett for B Rob? No, don't drop Gerald Everett for
No.
B Rob. Don't do that. B Rob, again, he could do very well, but we don't know exactly how good he's going to be or what his role exactly is in that offense. We can only kind of guess at this point. But yeah, Gerald Everett's been playing great. And I mean, you've got Keenan Allen who has been injured and continues to be injured with that lagging hamstring injury. You have Andrews. I have Andrews, but I like Everett as a backup. I don't want to drop Madison. No, I don't drop Madison. Listen, look around in your league and see who needs a tight end. See if you can trade Everett. I mean, there's got to be someone out there that needs a decent tight end. So see if maybe you can trade Everett. But yeah, I don't. I'm still not going to drop Everett for B Rob. I don't think.
No, if
Anyway,
you have Dalvin Cook, then of course don't drop Madison. But if you
what are you gonna
don't
play
have Dalvin
Madison?
Cook, then drop Madison. You
Well,
know what
nah,
I'm
I would
saying?
no, don't drop Madison. You want to drop Madison? I would try and trade him before I drop. I wouldn't drop him. You can
We
definitely
know
trade
how
him.
you feel about Madison, but if you don't have, well, you try and trade him to the guy that has Dalvin.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
you don't drop Joe Everett. He's been a really good tight end, and he has some value. Like you said, Blanc. Try and trade him because dropping him would just be a
100%.
waste. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It would just be
He's
a
good enough.
waste.
He's good
He's
enough to
good enough to
trade
put in your flex like every
or
week right now since
or
Keenan's been out.
or you give up Everett and a piece to upgrade at another position or upgrade at RB. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, you
but
can do that. Or
mhm.
if you find that, in a perfect world, the Dalvin owner doesn't have a good tight end, and you can give him Madison and Everett for a piece. That's in a perfect
Well,
world.
that's
But
in the perfect. That's a lot of
but,
ifs.
but you
But
should be able to get something for Everett. There's got to be somebody out there that's just kind of streaming shitty tight ends that you can kind of
yeah,
get.
yeah, and I wouldn't drop Everett. I wouldn't. That's just
Uh, SWA, thanks for joining in, man. Dalvin or CEH this week. Dalvin or CEH, Bagala.
ooh, this is a toughie. No.
Yeah, I mean CH.
This is tough. And you've been down on CEH, and I think that's why you threw it to me because
All right, I'll go first.
See, I said CEH was gonna have a good year, and everybody keeps saying sell high, sell high, sell high.
I would still
You know what I'm saying? You're still out. You still don't want no
I
CEH.
still am. I'm still on the sell high because he just hasn't had a lot of touches. That's my issue. Is that he doesn't get a lot of touches. Like the first 3 weeks of the season, he had like 10 touches, 12 touches, and 10 touches.
Yeah,
Last week
but
he had 19 carries.
he
But
also
obviously
had
they were
2
up.
touchdowns.
They were up by a lot, and so
How
they
many
started to
he
move the
had?
ball.
He at least has 5 or 6 touchdowns on the season.
2, 3. He's got 5. He's got 5. Well,
He
that's the
has
thing is that
5 touchdowns.
even with the limited
He's efficient.
opportunities,
He's
he's
being
efficient.
efficient.
But let's be realistic. He has 5 touchdowns right now. Do we really think he's going to finish the season with 25 touchdowns?
I don't
No.
think he's going to finish the season with
Or even
25
20 or
touchdowns.
even 20 touchdowns? No. So I think eventually that's going to start to even out is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I
Um,
think I was high on CEH, but
Well, he was a great guy to draft because of where you can draft him. You were able to draft him so fucking late that you already had your 2 QBs and like a flex guy, and like he was just a guy you had maybe on your bench, or maybe you took the chance on your flex, to work out. But the problem with Dalvin Cook is that he's fucking gets elite usage, bro. 20 carries,
he,
automatic, 3 to 5 targets, automatic.
he does. He
Even
does.
even with his injury, even with playing a little bit less snaps last game, obviously because of probably the injury or getting Madison a little bit more involved, which is fine with me as long as Dalvin's getting 25 touches. So that's the problem. So I'm
Well,
going with my boy Dalvin in
of
this week's
course.
game, especially we're going against the Bears.
Shocker. It's
Listen,
a shocker.
we're going against the
That's a
Bears. All right,
shocker.
listen, mother.
It's crazy.
But yes, I am going to go with Dalvin. I think the upside is just a lot higher with Dalvin than it is CH because of the amount of touches. And if CEH doesn't score his touchdowns, he hasn't really done much because he hasn't got much touches. And I think, we'll start to see CEH start even out. He's not going to get 20, 25 touchdowns on the season. So,
Yeah, but
that's
you
why I'm
always
going to go with Dalvin. But go ahead. Who are you going with, Bagala?
you
CEH?
always say ride the hot hand, and the hot hand
I
right now
do.
is
It is.
CH, and but given
I can't.
Dalvin's matchup this week, given Dalvin's matchup this week with the Bears,
After all fucking that, bro.
it's too good to be true. I just watched Saquon chew the Bears up. All right,
Yeah, that's
you
true
know
too.
what I'm
That's
saying,
true too.
and it like chewed him up, and I think Dalvin's gonna chew him up some more. So but it's close, but I'm gonna go Dalvin.
Yeah. Yeah. After all that shit you're giving me, you're still gonna go Dalvin. But yeah. So we both got Dalvin there. Again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop your questions in the chat. We will get to them. We're going one by one down here. Vals, what's up, Vals? Thanks for joining in again. Thoughts on Saquon, Zeke, and Najee for the future? I'll go first. I'll start with Zeke. I'll let you hit Saquon, and then we'll join in on Najee. Zeke is done, man. Zeke is done. Zeke is done. He's been done. Pollard just looks like a way better back. Pollard might not play this week, which actually is in Zeke's favor. But I think for the future, Zeke is he's done. He might not be there next year. They might release him. I mean, they can save money. And they can pay other guys, and they've got almost like a better back in Pollard. So yeah,
Well, I think if he
I'm not
doesn't
big
take
on
a
Zeke.
pay cut, if he doesn't take a pay cut, if Zeke doesn't take a pay cut, he's gone. Like
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they pay him.
No, there's no way. But then on the other hand, it's like, okay, do they pay Pollard though? I mean, but he has been way better, Pollard. So yeah, Zeke is out. And I've been saying don't fucking draft Zeke. He's done, especially in Dynasty. It's a waste. But Saquon, I mean, even I was higher on Saquon this year. I didn't draft him in any leagues, but I did try and get him in Dynasty. I asked a couple
You
times
did.
about him.
Oh yeah, you did.
Because I did feel like it was his time finally now with 1 year coming back from the surgery and everything that he'd be a lot better this year. But Yeah, give us your thoughts on Saquon for the future, Bagala. Your Giants.
Saquon's a beast. What I mean, the Giants are gonna have to figure out if they're gonna pay him. And they already didn't pick up the 5th-year option on Daniel Jones. So I think that kind of tells you that and his play, they're gonna probably end up paying him. As far as fantasy wise, he's still only 25 years old. Yes, the Giants are bad, but yeah, look what he's doing while he's healthy. So um, I think Saquon is his future is looking up. Um, like you said, Zeke, yeah, Zeke's not going to come back, but Saquon's future is looking up. I think the Giants pay him. I think they have to kind of pay him on a little bit of a discounted rate, but he's killing. And if they don't pay him, and God forbid if somebody like the Bills get him, you know what I'm saying, or the Chiefs. So Saquon is, as long as he stays healthy this year, he's either going to cash in with the Giants or he's going to cash in somewhere else. And I think you might see him somewhere, maybe say Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I don't know.
if he goes to
He's
a
got
better situation, he'll be probably one of the all-time great running backs. But
what?
he's just, the Giants are so bad, but he's killing it. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it matters how good the team is that he's on because even
no,
when he was the number one RB, the Giants fucking suck.
and
So
that's kind of like over to Najee. Najee's not really on a good team, and he doesn't look as good as Saquon does. You know what I'm
he's
saying?
not the guy that Saquon is. He's not an explosive, kind of guy. Najee is more of a kind of durable, like I'll bang out yards, but he's more of a volume kind of guy. But he hasn't been sufficient. He hasn't been efficient with his touches at all. Najee is just literally straight volume. Like that's the only work that
Yeah,
he's
but
getting. Again, he's on a shitty team and they haven't got shit together. The offensive line sucks. I know
you see
all
the
of those
talent.
things. All of those things come
You
into
see the
play.
talent, and it's just, I don't know what's like with Najee. I don't know. Like you see the talent. He's supposed to be good. He does get a lot of value. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I think I see. I don't know, Joe Mixon in Najee's future.
Yeah,
30
you could say that. 'Cause
carries.
Mixon is the
Three a
same.
clip,
Mixon
100
is the same
yards.
kind of way where Mixon is just
So yeah,
yeah.
I
He's
think
not efficient
Saquon.
either.
Yeah, I think Saquon has running back one upside, and I think for the future, Najee might turn into your next Joe Mixon, where he'll get you 100 yards, maybe a touchdown, and have some good games, but it's gonna take him 35 carries to do it, and then other games you're gonna be left frustrated because he's gonna go 20 for 70 yards with no touchdowns.
Yeah, and let's not forget. I mean, Najee's only a year younger than Saquon, if you can believe that.
Yeah,
But yeah, out of all of them, I think Saquon's got the brightest future. Probably got another nice 3 years or so of the prime
yeah.
in there. But yeah, that's our thoughts there. Yee Godwin or Higgins if he plays, that's a good one. I
That
think I'm
is a
gonna
good
go
one.
with I am gonna go with Higgins though. I think
This is a
even though
push.
I like Godwin, it is a push. You can go either way, but I
You
think I
can
like
go either
Higgins
way.
better because I just like Higgins better.
Yeah, you go either way. If Blanc's gonna take Higgins, I'm gonna take Godwin. I'm not gonna make it easy for you, Yee. So, you know,
Yeah, yeah. I'm still gonna go. Higgins is just he's been on fire. He's been the guy. Let's
I
go with
think
Higgins.
Godwin's fully healthy. He's gonna come in and he's gonna
Um,
roll against Atlanta.
yeah, Monique, what's up, Monique? Thanks for joining in. We appreciate you. Hey guys, would you start Ramondre versus Detroit? Absolutely. Or Singletary versus
Yes.
Pitt? Yeah, I don't care what
Yeah.
Singletary is projected. You're going with Ramondre,
Yes.
without a doubt, especially against Detroit. The matchup goes
Oh,
that
big
way.
news. Big news.
Uh, what do we got?
David Montgomery will play tomorrow against the Vikings.
Okay, there you go. You heard it here.
Oh,
Montgomery
yeah.
is playing, so temper your expectations with Herbert. But again, they'll probably split it up a little bit, especially that
I
first game.
think so.
But yeah, Monique, I'm going with Ramondre here, pretty easily for me. Even though Singletary could be a little bit more involved, but I like Ramondre. He's playing more over 60% of the snaps now, and he'll be involved either way, passing or rushing. Negative game script, positive game script, doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going with Ramondre. You're going Ramondre too, Boggs?
yeah, I like Ramondre, like you said. He just, he gets it both ways, running and passing, good game script, negative game script. He's starting to take over a little bit, and plus they're playing Detroit. Detroit can't stop a nosebleed.
Andrew McGrady. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you haven't there. Would it be crazy to play Brian Robinson over D? Yes, it'd be fucking crazy.
He says
Even
my
though
team
DJ Moore hasn't
hurt.
been great, I'm desperate, and it's PPR. Yeah, especially if it's. Yeah, we just don't. We haven't seen him come in. We haven't seen Brian Robinson yet. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. So I'm not comfortable doing that. I'd rather play DJ Moore, even though he hasn't looked great, but he did have 11 targets last game, so that is somewhat encouraging. But yeah, I'm still going to have to go DJ Moore here. What do you think, Bagala?
Andrew, you're hurting. You're desperate. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Play B Rob over DJ Moore. Swing for the fences. You're hurting. You're desperate. Roll the dice.
Yeah,
Roll the dice.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not
Go
making
ahead,
that
Andrew.
decision off of being desperate. No.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Really?
Start
You
Brian
really? You
Robinson.
telling? You really? Brian
Yes,
Robinson?
he's hurt. He's desperate. He's looking for a flash in the pan. He's looking for a little bit of water
But you
when
got
the
a better
water
chance.
touches the hot oil.
But you got a better chance of DJ Moore actually doing something. I
Do
think
you?
Brian Robinson in the
Do you?
first game, in this first game back. Yeah. And if we were weeks in and Brian Robinson was getting goal line work or, getting 10, 15
But
carries or
this
something
is
like that.
yeah, but Stevie, this is why it's would it be crazy, and it's a desperate move, and he should make it. Brian Robinson, I think Brian Robinson's going to have a really good game against Tennessee, and think about it, Brian Robinson he has the better matchup against Tennessee. DJ Moore's going against the 49ers. Nick Bosa,
He is.
absolutely. Yes, Nick
No, I
Bosa
know.
does not like Baker Mayfield. He's going to eat him up for dinner. That 49ers defense is scary. Yeah, you're hurting. You're desperate. Take the chance. Go Brian Robinson, Andrew. Go it and hold your chin up high and salute it. Go Brian Robinson over DJ Moore because DJ
Yeah, I
Moore
mean,
hasn't been that good. Take a
he
chance.
hasn't. But like I said, because this is first game back, I'm just not comfortable playing Brian Robinson. I think they'll ease him in a little bit. I'm not
Where's,
comfortable doing it. I'm
Jesus
not
Christ,
yet.
Steve. Where's
Not
your
yet.
stones at? Where's your onions at, Steve?
Yeah, they're not ain't big enough to play Brian Robinson yet. I mean,
Well, and
I'm not
Andrew
doing that.
got the onions. Andrew,
I'm
do
not.
it and let us know how it works out.
I'm not doing that. DD Red Solo. I tried throwing Terry McLaurin and Gerald Everett to dang near everyone in the league. Laugh aloud. Any suggestions though? I do not have Dalvin Cook.
Throw
Um,
Madison in there. Go to Dalvin Cook's owner and give him Madison. Madison and Everett.
yeah. See what that's like. I'm trying to think if there's anything else because really, the name of the game really when you're trying to trade is really just looking at those other teams and who needs what. you know,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what's going to give you the advantage to try and make a trade is when somebody needs something. So, if nobody really needs Gerald Everett, I mean, somebody's got to have some kind of shitty tight end. You've got to be or throw someone else instead of Terry. I mean, but yeah, that's rough. I mean, nobody's going to take Everett unless they absolutely need a tight end. So maybe you wait a couple weeks, see what happens if tight ends are not working out for certain people or somebody gets hurt then you've got the chance to come in and trade with and get Everett. But nobody, yeah, not many people are just going to take Terry unless they've got a guy that's just not producing and they need to shake something up. But yeah, that's going to be rough, man. But yeah, try and see if you can trade Madison for something, or you can trade maybe Madison and Terry, bro, for a wide
Madison,
receiver.
Terry, and Everett. Throw it all
Listen,
together. Make a
and
nice
you
package.
play the game with that owner. So listen, Dalvin is obviously known to not play all the games in the season. You're going to need Madison at some point, and that's going to save you. Madison is an RB1 if Dalvin Cook doesn't play. So, just
You
try
know
and use
what?
those kind of things to your advantage. Griffin, what's up, Griffin? Subscribe there if you haven't for us. Drop us a like as well. But trade Edmonds and Curtis Samuel for Jacobs. Oh, I think I like this.
Ooh, I do. I like it too. I like it too.
Yeah, I
Jacobs
think
gets
I
the
do like it.
value. And this is not about, yes, it's a little bit about Jacobs' big game, and they're trying to say they're going to make you overpay. But has Edmonds been really that good? And
Other
Curtis
than the
Samuel's been,
touchdowns, no.
yeah, and Curtis Samuel's been a little bit hit or miss. He had good first two good games. And then these other good games was So yes, yes, I would do this. I think I actually think this is a steal for Jacobs
Yeah,
because
I like it.
Jacobs is still getting 20 carries, 25 carries, and then he's getting a little bit receiving work, not much, but Jacobs is getting more volume than these guys.
Yeah,
I like this. Yeah, I would do it.
yeah, I like it, Griffin. Go do it, man. Go
Absolutely.
do it.
This might even be hashtag 8 to 10. You might be flirting on that line, bro. Yeah, this might be a smart hashtag 8 to 10. You know what I'm saying? Like tone on that line,
I like that. Yeah,
I'm making you think that you're taking advantage of me, but what I'm really doing is, taking advantage of you for Edmonds and Curtis Samuel. Go do it right now, Griff.
yeah, definitely, Griffin. Go do
Yeah.
that, man. That's a good trade for you there. That's a good job. Vals, Bateman, Herbert, Zeke, Gabe Davis, Algier at flex this week, full PPR.
Get
Are
Algier
you
out of that flex, bro. But don't do that
Bateman?
this week.
Are you? Yeah, yeah. Don't play. Don't. You're not playing, especially with those guys.
Not
Yeah, you're
against the
not playing
Bucks.
Algier.
Not against the
So I'm.
Bucks.
Let me see if there's anything else that he put in here. So I'm guessing you're asking who to play at flex out of those guys: Bateman, Herbert, Zeke. Well, we just found out Monty's playing, so I'm not playing Herbert. Oh my God, Zeke. Bateman, is Bateman even playing? Is Bateman out? I think Bateman's out.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, Bateman is out, so we're not playing Bateman. So Bateman is out. Um, Algier, I'm
Oh,
not playing there. Herbert, Zeke, Gabe Davis. Yeah, Pollard. We don't know if Pollard's playing. This is one that you might have to take down to the wire.
hmm
Because if Monty's playing, I'm not playing her. Bateman and Herbert are out for me. Algier is out. It's between Zeke and Gabe Davis. So if Pollard doesn't play, I'm playing Gabe Davis. If Pollard does play, I might play Gabe Davis then. And
you
McKenzie
mean
might
if
be out. We
you,
don't
you
know if
mean if
McKenzie is playing either.
you mean if Pollard doesn't play, you might take Zeke.
Yeah, if Pollard doesn't play, I might take Zeke compared to who we got here, Zeke or Gabe Davis. I mean, I think I'm taking Zeke because he'll get all of the work, even though he's not efficient. He bangs in a touchdown or something. So, yeah, I'm going Zeke over Gabe Davis, though. I think unless McKenzie doesn't play, maybe you do go Gabe Davis. What do you think?
I'm going Zeke here.
That's what I'm
Matter of
saying.
fact, matter of fact, it's either Zeke or Herbert for me. Even though Monty's playing, I don't think Monty's gonna get a full workload. I think they're gonna split it up between him and Herbert. And if you're playing Herbert in the flex, that's not bad. Um, and he has the better matchup. I think it's either Zeke or Herbert for me. I don't know. Gabe Davis has found his way out of my lineup. I can't play with him with any confidence. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's either Herbert or Zeke, and
Just keep an eye.
I'm leaning Zeke. I'm leaning Zeke.
Keep an eye on the injuries there because we don't know if Pollard is definitely going to play or McKenzie. So you've got Zeke or Herbert. I've got the opposite. I got Zeke
Yeah.
and Gabe Davis. But keep an eye on those injuries because if Pollard is not playing, Zeke is definitely the guy for me. Matt says, I can't believe Jacobs is out. Jacobs is out? Did we miss
No
that?
way. Did we miss it?
Still make that trade, though.
Yeah, definitely make that trade. But that was Griff.
Or is that a different Jacobs that is out?
No,
I
Jacobs is not out.
I don't know. I don't have that Jacobs is out unless we're missing something here. Or check
No,
ESPN. Maybe.
Jacobs is not out. Jacobs ain't out. Sleeper doesn't say it, Matt. So Jacobs ain't out.
Tried to get Pittman, Mike Will, and Tom Brady. Am I asking too much? Terry and Everett
For Hunt, trying to get
for
off Terry
Hunt. Trying to
McLaurin.
get off Terry McLaurin. I don't need it. Terry and Everett for Hunt.
So he tried.
Am I
Yeah,
missing something
maybe
here?
tried to get
Let
Tom.
me make
Yeah,
sure.
you are asking for too much if you're trying to get those three. Um,
Hold on. He's got another. He put something else in here quick. To Cook owner Madison and Terry for Pittman. Yeah, that's awesome. That's
yeah,
exactly what you're trying to do. Whether he's going to do
yeah.
it or not, we don't know. Especially Pittman didn't really produce last game, so it might be the perfect opportunity to get Pittman. That is an awesome trade.
You're not getting Saquon.
Is that enough? Should I try to go for Saquon with Joe Mixon and Madison? Listen, send the trade. If he does it, then you got it. If not,
Yeah,
then
then he's a taco.
it's not something I don't think you're going to be able to do, but
Yeah,
he could be like I said, could be the taco of the league, and maybe they do accept it. Or am I stressing for nothing and overrating B-Rob potential? Yeah, I mean, I think for this year, I don't see B-Rob like taking over and being like the whole just taking over the backfield and being the actual RB there with just him and McKissick. I don't think that happens. I think it's more of a mixture unless an injury happens. So I don't think B Rob is the type of guy that is going to come in and win you the league. So that I don't think is happening.
no, you never know. You know those rookies get hot at the end of the season. You know, and for Washington, with I don't think they're going to be in the playoff picture. And they're going to be, one of those teams down the line where they might be playing some of the younger
Playing from
guys.
behind. They're playing from behind though. That's the other
Yeah,
part too, is where McKissick gets all that passing work. So I'm not confident in B Rob's potential because he's not going to be the 3-down guy. His only, he's got to just score a bunch of touchdowns. And is that
you
going to
never know.
happen? I don't know. But yeah, definitely try and do that. Madison and Terry for Pittman is fucking awesome. And that's a perfect try and trade there. Arctic Beast, what up, Arctic? Pick 2 to start. James, Connor, JK, and Jamal Williams. James Connor, JK, and Jamal.
Williams and
JK and
Dobbins.
Jamal. JK and Jamal. Easy. Connor is
Yeah,
out of the question. But thanks for
yeah.
the question there. Arctic.
Connor's got a tough matchup.
Herbert, if no, Monty or Ramondre. Monty is playing. We just found that out.
So you're
So
gonna play
yeah,
Ramondre.
you're gonna play Ramondre. Monique, would you guys play Boyd over Devonta Smith if Higgins is out? Yes, I would play Boyd over Devonta Smith if Higgins is out. What do you think, Bagala?
Uh, yeah, if Higgins is out. Matter of fact, no, I'm not. You the last time you picked against Devontae, it didn't
Not
go
doing it.
good. So
Not doing it
I'm
again.
taking Devontae Smith.
Nah, no, no,
I'm
no.
taking Devontae Smith.
They just don't throw it enough. He's going to have a few big games here and there, but it's not going to be consistent enough. And we saw last week 4 targets, 3 catches on 17
All right,
yards.
but but let's give him a little bit of a little bit of a break there. It was pouring out there. It was cold out there. Do you see the video of him? The little clip of him on the side. He was freezing, dude. He was so cold out there. He was nah. I'm gonna give him a pass
Yeah,
because I know it's
yeah.
freezing. Give me some Devonta.
No, I'm still playing Tyler Boyd. They're going to pass the ball a lot more than the Eagles could. So yeah, I'm still going Boyd. Bagala just doesn't want to get burned by Devonta. I got burned on a Devonta Smith take a
Nah,
few
I
weeks
like
ago,
Devonta. I
and
wanted my Giants to draft him, bro. I wanted the Giants to get him
listen,
so bad.
I like him as well. I just the issue is obviously AJ Brown is the guy, and they're not going to throw as much. I don't think as the Bengals will,
You
especially if
never
Higgins
know.
is out. Especially if
Jalen
Higgins is
Hurts. Jalen Hurts been rolling. Give me some Devonta.
out. No, I'll still give me some Boyd, baby.
Yeah, Griff.
Monta is playing. Yes, he is. Griff. Caden, what's up, Caden? Thanks for joining in, man. I traded Mike Evans for Jamar Chase. Good deal.
I mean, Jamal Chase
Yeah,
has bigger upside, bigger play potential, but Mike Evans is gonna get those touchdowns. But
I don't think it's a bad deal. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
necessarily it's a good deal. It's more of a lateral kind of thing,
right now at this moment.
which I'm not a huge fan of the lateral kind of thing. But I mean, Mike Evans is obviously Tom Brady's touchdown target blanket, as we've seen.
Mhm.
So I do love me some Mike Evans for this year,
But
and
Jamar
Jamar
Chase
Chase
does
is going to
have
be he's going to be
bigger
up and down.
bigger potential,
He'll
bigger
be up
upside.
and down. He'll be up and down. Somebody wrote Jacobs out is confirmed. I mean, can we get
I'm
on?
not seeing it.
Can we get on ESPN real quick and see where Josh Jacobs or why Josh Jacobs is out, or unless there's a different Jacobs y'all are talking about? I don't know why I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing that. Or let us know where y'all are seeing that at.
Hmm.
'Cause I should have got something popping up, but yeah, Caden. I mean, it's not a bad deal at all. It's a more of a lateral move. It's just lateral move. It's just kind of who do you want more. I think Mike Evans will probably be more consistent for you, but Jamar Chase might have some monster games that can win you some weeks.
Yeah,
Sad era. I'm not sure, man. I don't see that anywhere. But thanks for
yeah. I
joining in.
don't.
Like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't for us already. We appreciate all y'all. Drop your questions in the chat. We'll get to them. Pick two running back spot: McCaffrey, J. Rob, Fournette. Uh, I'm going with McCaffrey definitely, and I don't know what was Fournette's problem last week, where he wasn't like
I
involved. Was
don't.
he
I
hurt or
don't
coming back
know.
from injury?
I
Because
don't. I don't know. I don't know. He was playing fine, and he just came off the field for a while. He could have got nicked up.
he will look to bounce back despite the lack of roster. Yeah, I mean the last like 2 weeks, I mean 12 carries and then 5 carries. And J Rob's been on fire. So yeah, I think I'm gonna. He had 7 targets, 6 targets last game. Lenny. I mean, he did have the touchdown, but man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to roll with Brady here. I'm gonna go with McCaffrey and Fournette. I don't love it though, but I'm not a huge J Rob fan, and ETN could be a little bit more involved this week. So yeah, let's go with Fournette and McCaffrey for me. Who you got, Bog?
I was gonna get crazy, but I'm not gonna get crazy. I'll take Fournette and McCaffrey. Yeah, I was gonna say Fournette and J. Rob because
It's
I like both of their matchups. Uh, and McCaffrey has a little bit tougher matchup with the 49ers, and J. Rob and Fournette have Houston and Atlanta. So I was gonna say both of them. I was gonna say, you know, get crazy, but if you got McCaffrey, you have to start McCaffrey.
yeah, you can't not play
So yeah,
McCaffrey. So.
so it's McCaffrey and Fournette for me.
SWA, Dalvin or CEH. I think we had this question earlier. I'm not
Yes,
sure
we
if you
did.
asked it. We
We
did.
both went down.
We're both going with Dalvin Cook. You can't just elite usage. I mean, the potential is just too high. McGrady, let's get it. I had to play Russ and Boone in that horrid Thursday night football game. Oh my god,
That's horrible. At least Boone played
that's
good for you,
horrible. And then you
but
had to watch the whole thing on top of it. You got a
yeah,
decent performance out of Boone, but Russ was just Russ was
he's bad.
horrid. Time to trade Russ. Nobody's even going to take him
Nobody's
again.
gonna take Rush. You got to ride it out at this
Go,
point.
go pick up somebody.
Yeah.
Val says I'm 1-3. I'm panicking about what I should do. My team is Russ, Saquon, Najee, Sutton, Marquise, Conklin, Knox, Gabe Davis, Bateman, Herbert, Zeke, Algier, Geno Smith. What should I do? Let me just make sure you didn't add anything else down here.
You gotta get Russ out of there.
Yeah, the problem is you're not going to be able to trade Russ. That's
Yeah,
the
the
problem.
problem is
But, I mean,
Russ.
one QB league, you should probably be able to find someone else out there.
I would
Russ is
start
probably
playing the
going to have
matchups.
that, but yeah, start playing matchups and see what QBs are out there because Russ at this point is just not doing enough. Um, you've got Saquon, you've got Najee, you've got Sutton, you've got Marquise, Conklin, Knox is doo doo, Gabe Davis, Bateman, Herbert, Zeke, Algier. Well, you're 1-3. I mean, you can definitely try and make a trade. First thing is try and get a QB, not to trade for because that's going to be too expensive. But just go and pick somebody up. for now.
I would try and trade Najee and Marquise.
That's what I was gonna say. If you can trade Marquise before D Hop gets back,
Trade Najee and
and
Marquise right now for
Najee and get
a big time wide receiver, a better wide receiver.
then you'll be rolling with Zeke and
Zeke
Herbert
and Saquon.
as your or Zeke or Algier or Herbert as your second RB. Um, he's already got something else,
Or you try and
or you can
go
try and get RB,
or you
but
can try and go Marquise and Sutton. Try and trade Marquise and Sutton because Hollywood's value is high right now. Hollywood's been going off, and Sutton has been decent. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if you trade those two, you might be able to go get yourself a difference maker, a Sutton and Marquise for maybe like a Debo. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's been right there, but he had one big out breakout game, but and I
yeah,
think I would do that. I would do that before Hollywood plays the Eagles tomorrow. So that's a trade you need to send out tonight because I think after next week, I think Hollywood's going to struggle this week, and I think he's going to struggle big. And then he has one more week, and then boom, DeAndre comes back, and you know,
yeah, I would same kind of thing. I mean, you can either try and get a better RB or a better wide receiver. You can go either way, but see who else
Marquise
is
and
out
stuff.
there. Like I said, check the teams that are out there. Go and see if you can grab fucking Swift for a Najee and a piece or something like that.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
this team is 1-3. It can't wait on Swift.
no, I know,
You
but just to make a move,
know,
just to make a move. I mean, you've got what 2 more weeks, but still, just to try and get something at least. But get anybody really that you can, any other RB2, but you got to look at the teams that are losing because the teams that are winning are just not going to give up their top guys. So look at some of those other losing teams, what RBs or what wide receivers they have, and try and go grab them. See what you can do there. Uh, maybe if you can go get Chase, that team maybe not be winning. Uh, you got a couple different options, but again, you got to scout your league and see what teams are in the bottom and who they have, because that's going to be your best options at trying to upgrade your team. You can't just kind of go for certain players. You might have to just see who's out there on those other teams. Dalton, what's up, Dalton? Thanks for joining in, man. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Trade Rogers for Everett and St. Brown. Fuck yeah. I'm hoping you're talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown. But yeah, I trade Rogers for Everett and St. Brown in a hot minute. I mean, you're 8 to 10 and somebody. Tell them, Bog.
yeah. Aaron Rodgers been good, but he ain't been that good. And if you can get St. Brown and Everett's a solid tight end. And St. Brown has been very, very good this season. And if he comes back healthy, which I think he should, they're holding him out this week. He's probably going to hit the bye and come back healthy. Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. And I'm guessing that you're trading Rodgers with a suitable replacement. So,
Well, you can probably
yes,
pick
go
up
get some.
anybody. You could probably
Yes,
pick up anybody right now.
yeah. So yes, that's
Yeah,
8 to 10. I would go do
easy.
that.
Easy.
Easy.
Go do it. Go do that, Dalton. Got Brady at QB, looking to get a tight end and a good wide receiver. I have Schultz right now. Don't trade away Schultz. Don't go get a tight end
Just
and trade Schultz.
give him time. Give Schultz time.
That's it. Yeah.
Dak is coming back. He's coming off the knee injury. Give him a little bit of time. He's the best thing.
Looking
There's
to get
nothing else.
value for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want value for Aaron Rodgers, go do the Everett and St. Brown trade. I mean,
Yes, right now.
I don't know why somebody would accept it, but if that's an option, fucking do that shit right
Yeah,
now.
and you
Um,
got Brady ready to go. Brady got his weapons back. He got Godwin back. Godwin's healthy.
mhm.
Evans is healthy. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So yeah, I would definitely go do that since you have Rodgers. Go trade him
Yeah,
and
don't
get
worry about
St. Brown.
Schultz. Don't worry about Schultz yet. You might have to stream another tight end just for the next week
Well,
or
if
two.
you get Everett, you can play Everett until
Oh, that's
Schultz
right.
starts playing.
That's right. If you get Everett, you play Everett until Schultz starts playing, because once Dak comes back, I think Schultz will be a lot better. But for the meantime, yeah, definitely go do that, man. Solo Cup, y'all have JD McKissick over B Rob rest of season full PPR. Yeah, absolutely. Especially full PPR. Yes, JD McKissick over B Rob for me at least rest of the season. Full PPR specifically. Yes. What do you think, Bagala? He was just dropped the other day. Don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would drop JD McKissick in a full PPR because he's like you can play him at RB2 or flex and throw him in there. But yeah, what you think?
Do y'all have JD McKissick right now? Yeah, I would, because in full PPR he gets the receiving work, and you don't know what's gonna happen with B Rob just yet. But I think the odd man out in this offense would be Antonio Gibson, not
Yeah.
JD McKissick. But
Yeah.
right now I have JD McKissick over B Rob, but I do think it's going to be B Rob's job by the end in a couple of weeks.
2 wide receivers and 1 flex, full PPR, Debo, Godwin, Higgins, J-Rob, Stevenson. I'm going Debo and Higgins, and I'm going Debo, Higgins, and Godwin, I think. I think I'm going Debo, Higgins, and Godwin over Stevenson. J-Rob's out for me in this particular
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
What do you
Two
think?
receivers, one flex. Yeah, I'm going Debo, Godwin, and Higgins. Who
Yeah,
wants some
absolutely.
Debo? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yep. Even though Stevenson, of course,
Even
I
though,
expect
yeah,
him
it
to
doesn't.
go. I expect him to do well. I
Not
still,
with those three receivers.
yeah. Devontae is a bum. Yeah, I don't like Devontae either. Eagles don't throw it. I'm selling high on Smith if it were me. Absolutely solo. I'm with you on that. Bagala doesn't believe in it, but I'm with you on that, man. Ryan Robinson is starting. That is why. Yeah, I just don't believe it. They can say whatever they want. But no. I mean, coaching staff
Coming,
has said he's also said that he's going to use Antonio Gibson as CMC last year, and that didn't happen. So I don't believe a word.
and I'm not putting any stock into that. I just think, yeah, they might say he's starting, but the guy got shot. Give him an extra week, even though he's playing. They're
That's what I'm
gonna they're
saying.
gonna bring him along slow. He's gonna get a handful of
His
carries.
first NFL game.
There's two other running backs there. They're not gonna hand him the ball 25, 30 times. They're not gonna give him 25 touches this game. I just don't see it. I think they work him in slow.
Yeah, definitely. Jacobs is healthy. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Nothing on Jacobs is clickbait. Yeah, somebody's following some kind of fake account there or something. Terry McLaurin and Gerald Everett for Kyle Pitts. No way he's this bad this year. Dude's a stud. Just got to get TDs. Absolutely, but no, do
No,
not
don't do that.
don't make
Don't
that
do that.
trade. Not for this year. Gerald Everett is going to do for you just fine. Kyle Pitts is great. And this is, we're talking redraft. You're not going to go out and get Kyle Pitts right now. Just don't do it. That offense isn't looking good. They're not involving Kyle Pitts enough as they should, and he is a stud. But the problem is they're not scheming him into the offense. I just traded for Kyle Pitts, but in a dynasty league, which is totally different than the redraft. But if we're talking redraft here, no, you're not going to trade away Terry and Gerald Everett for Kyle Pitts. Don't do that at all. Trade away Terry and Gerald Everett for a better wide receiver. Do not, you know, don't trade him for Kyle Pitts. What do you think, Bog?
Yeah, no, not this year. Kyle Pitts is his production is way down. It doesn't even look like they're throwing him the ball. And Mariota is just not that good at quarterback. So I wouldn't trade those two for Kyle Pitts. Not a redraft, definitely not.
Yeah, Solo. If Devontae was him, he would have been productive last year. Now, including AJ Brown in the mix. I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'll say about that Solo is that I think we overlooked Devontae's first season, where he did still have almost 1,000 yards. He had 900 yards. Like he had a good rookie season, but it wasn't up to par, obviously, with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, St. Brown
Well,
who went on a tear. St. Brown
but we
went on a
also
tear
gotta
last year. But
understand that Jalen Hurts wasn't the Jalen Hurts he is now. He wasn't him last year. You understand? He's made improvements throwing the ball and things like that. as to, this year he's letting it fly. Last year he wasn't letting it fly. There was a lot of tucking and running. You know what I'm saying? So we got to
Yeah.
understand that too. And I just think that Devontae can be a solid wide receiver too, and he can have some of those big games for you. As you can see, I like him. I'm high on Devontae.
He's gonna have a couple big games just because he's good. His talent obviously is there. I like him as a talent, but I don't like him like this year for me at least. But yeah, he'll have a few big games, of course. Just because he's in that offense and they're explosive and they've got Jalen Hurts. So, but yeah, I think last year I think we overlook his rookie year a little bit because of what some of the other guys did. I think we just overlook what Devontae Smith actually did, because if we look at his production last year, where the hell is he? Yeah, he had almost 1,000. I think he had 900 something yards last year, if I'm not mistaken. He finished as wide receiver 29 in PPR. But he was a top 30 wide receiver, 64 catches, 104 yards, 916 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So not a bad season for a rookie. Again, we just kind of overlook it because of some of the other guys that were there. I have McKissick too. I forgot, but I don't know about starting him over Zeke or Gabe. Yeah, I wouldn't start him over Zeke or Gabe, but should I trade Saquon and Conklin for Camara and Waller?
No, you don't trade Saquon. What is wrong with you?
No, no, Vals.
What is
It's not worth
no?
it. It's just not worth it. Honestly, to downgrade at RB and then to on paper upgrade at tight end. But yeah, I don't like that. I wouldn't do that. Conklin's
No,
been
I
good
think
so
it
far,
did, and
but
Waller hasn't been that
that's what I'm
much better.
saying.
And then you're taking a big drop. Yeah, Camara could be, but you have the number one overall running back in your hands right now. Why would you trade the best play in that trade when you don't really have to? That's a big downgrade right there, Vlad. Keep the RB number
You got to
one.
change something though. Listen, just because you're 1-3 doesn't mean you have to change something. It could be a product of just bad luck, depending who you've played so far, or hurt guys on your team, or whatever the case is. And I know you want to make a change, but making a change, you also have to make sure you make the right change.
And
Um,
selling
that's
Saquon for
not a,
Camara and Waller is way too
that's
low.
not,
That's
yeah,
not going to do any. You're
that's
going to
not a
get
change.
worse.
You want to make your team better if you're going to make a change, and that is not going to make your team. Is not going to make your team better. Apparently, Russell's been playing with a torn shoulder. Yeah, we did see that, Val's. Whatever excuse they want to come up with now. But the problem is not him throwing the football. That is my issue with the whole shoulder thing. The problem is
It's
that
everything else.
he's not reading the guy. He's not reading the game properly. He's not reading the coverages. He's not reading the open wide receivers. We've just been seeing it so many times that there's open guys and he's just not progressing through his reads properly.
What's happening? He's struggling in this offense. He's struggling to make his reads. He's struggling to go through his progressions. He just doesn't have a grasp on it yet. And it's been a couple of weeks now. We don't know if he's gonna.
So, Val says Saquon for Jonathan Taylor and Waddle. No, I'm not loving JT and he's hurt. I don't like
JT
that.
is
It's
JT is hurt
lingering.
right now,
Not worth it.
but he is getting Waddle.
Hold on, let me see if I could go back up and see where his team was. It doesn't
This I
necessarily.
would think. This I would think about Val's.
He's got his wide
I would
receivers
think
are
about this.
Sutton and Marquise Brown, Gabe Davis, Bateman. I don't know. I don't think Waddle's a big enough upgrade over what you have. Sutton, Marquise, Gabe Davis. I know you really want to make a move, but I don't think JT is the move to make. I don't like this one.
It makes me think because of Waddle, and
It
he
does
he
make me think
does.
that's Waddle, but what worries me is JT. Like JT, obviously he can get back into his form and start running rampant, but right now he's not doing that, and he's got the injury. Obviously, he missed the game Thursday. And I do like the idea of Waddle when you're thinking about it, but if you look at his team, which he had up here before, he's got already some good wide receivers. So that's what I'm saying is that even though he does get Waddle, it doesn't make him
I didn't
crazy
think his wide
better.
receivers were that good.
He's got Sutton and Marquise Brown.
Well, yeah, those two.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then you get Waddle. I mean, Waddle I'd rather have than Gabe Davis or Bateman, but at the same time, I don't want to lose Saquon to get JT. Saquon is his upside is so much higher because he catches the football and he plays all three downs. Like
I
so,
can see
yeah,
that.
I'm not doing it compared to the guys that you have.
That's a rough one. That'll make me think. But Saquon is that guy right now, that running back one. You know what I'm
If
saying?
you're
He's
gonna
getting
trade,
all
yeah,
the work.
if you're gonna trade Saquon, you need like Cooper Cup, like JJ, like you need somebody like that. I think if you're gonna come off of Saquon, you've got to get
Probably.
somebody really, really more
And
value.
I don't think moving Saquon is the move. You know?
No, like I said, if you wanted to move Saquon, you need to get some studs back.
Yeah.
Are we worried about Camara? If that video leaks, he's going to get suspended 100%. Absolutely, I believe that, but I don't think the video is going to leak. I just traded for Camara for James Conner. That's awesome. That's an awesome trade.
That's
That's a
8 to 10. That's 8 to 10. One for
yeah. I'm
one,
not.
that's 8 to 10, dude. Yeah,
It,
Red
it could
Solo
it
Cup.
could it could drop and it could be really bad for him. But I don't think that you want to. I don't think you got to think about that at this point. Right now. I would shop him though. There's nothing wrong with shopping anybody. So see what you can get for him. You never know. There might be a Camara lover out there. So just shop him around. If it works, it works. If not, then you just hold on to him. So
No,
uh,
I don't worry about that video at all.
Red Solo said he's doing that trade. Yeah, I mean, just with the wide receivers he has, I just don't feel like it really makes him that much better. So that's the only reason why I was saying. What about Najee Marquise for Aaron Jones and Amon Ra?
No,
Najee.
that's a trade you take right
That's
now,
awesome trade. Yes, yes,
dude.
yes. Do that. Do
That
that. Do that.
you take that right now.
That's the one, Val.
You take
That's the
that's
one.
the trade. That's the trade you want. That's the trade you want. If you're able to get that trade, you may lose this next week, or maybe not, because Aaron Jones could carry you,
Mm-hmm.
and you may lose. But after next week and that bye, you may be able to make a late run, and that's setting yourself up. I
Definitely. Yeah,
like that trade.
that's the trade that you want to make, Val. Go make that shit right now if you can. Waddle going to be a top 15 wide receiver. Yes, he could be. Defenses have to double Tyreek. Absolutely. That plus Tua. Hopefully he return. Yeah, hopefully he does return. Right. We're all
They're gonna
praying.
ping pong good games
Runs
last
a
week
lot of
too.
RPO, so Waddle going to have 10 targets per game. Listen, when Tua is healthy, absolutely. I love Waddle as a top 15, top 20 guy. I do, but we're talking about like Val on Val's team. He's got Sutton and Marquise Brown already there, and I don't think that getting rid of Saquon is worth picking up Waddle. That's all.
It's a tough one, but I don't think. But the next one, Najee and
Oh, he says
Marquise.
I like the JT Waddle trade more. No, no, I like the
No, no way.
Aaron
Yeah,
Jones. Aaron Jones Amon Ra is like by a mile fucking awesome trade. Like that is
that
you can go to bed
you
fucking
for those
good
two
tonight.
guys, for
Yeah,
those two
absolutely.
guys, that because um
Absolutely. Calvo, thanks for tuning in, man. Like and subscribe if you haven't already for us there. I can't even talk now. Sucks I have to access. Yeah. Andy Dalton or Cooper Rush. This is a good question. I think Lamb was banged up. It looks like he's gonna play though, but
Cooper Rush.
I'm gonna go with I think Cooper Rush
Yeah, I'm going with Cooper Rush. He's
as
the new
well.
Red Rifle, not Andy Dalton.
I mean,
He took Andy Dalton's name. He's the new Red Rifle.
but
Andy
Andy
Dalton is
Dalton is
now the
going against
baseball pistol.
he is going against the Seahawks.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. I like Cooper Rush. Cooper
Yeah,
Rush has been good, dude.
Cooper Rush has been solid enough where I think you
Super
can go
solid.
with Cooper Rush. If I can see an instance where he throws like more than one touchdown, I don't know if I can see Dalton throwing more. I don't know. Yeah, I am gonna go with Cooper Rush though. I think he's got some better weapons there. Low-key, yeah, we saw that. Last year, it took JT 4 to 5 weeks until he exploded. JT still have running back potential. If not him, who you are projecting to be a top 3 running back, total points.
Saquon's going to be the number one running back in the league.
And yeah, JT did take a while, but let's not also forget,
He ha-
JT
he has
had
the number
one of
one running back right now.
he had one of the worst RB1 seasons that we've seen in the last 10 years, like 21 points per game last year. So Saquon just has so much more upside. Nick Chubb obviously has been a monster. So I think he obviously can finish top 3. Who else do you think can finish top 3 up there, Bagala, other than Saquon
Saquon, Nick Chubb, um,
and Chubb?
Nick Chubb. I don't know. I'm liking Aaron Jones right now. I don't know if he can finish top three, but he just seems to be getting, having the more bigger plays in that backfield with the Packers running backs. I like Aaron Jones, but you also got to put CMC in there. He's going to get the ball a lot. Don't forget about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's starting to heat up. He's starting to roll right now. And Solo, not to say that trade was that JT trade was bad. It's just that the other one was better only because when you're trading, you're trying to trade up. You don't ever want to trade your best asset that you have. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you think JT and Saquon is a push, and then Waddle puts you over the top. You know what I'm saying? The facts is that JT's had a worse season than Saquon. But with the Najee trade, you know what I'm saying? Getting Aaron Jones and Amon-Ra, both those guys have better seasons, are having better numbers than the two guys you're trading away. You always want to try and be on top. So, and Aaron Jones has a lot better numbers than Najee right now. He just hasn't got it going.
Yeah, but Saquon, Chubb, Henry,
Yeah,
CMC, Eckler, these are all guys that are going to be pretty close up there.
that's going
Swift,
to be up there.
if Swift comes back and starts producing like he was, I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's kind of hard to get up to top three after you miss games, though. You know what I'm saying? So,
It is, but not at the rate that Swift was scoring. I mean, if he's getting, if he's averaging 30 points a game, I mean, he can definitely get up there. Obviously, of course, it's going to be hard because he's been injured, but what he's been able to do with the limited touches that he's had is just crazy. But yeah, I don't know if I guess those are really the only guys as of right now. And things, of course, are going to start to even out kind of as the season goes on, and you'll see, more guys start churning their way up to the top 10 and stuff like that. So,
it's true.
thank God. No problem, Cal. But one more question. Sit one. Gallup, Pickens, Edmonds, Montgomery.
PPR.
PPR. For me, it's gonna be either Gallup or Edmonds. I think. I like playing Pickens.
You
But yeah,
like playing Pickens?
yeah. Well, I mean, he's Pickett was just heavily targeting when he wasn't. So for
Yeah,
me,
I would
I
give
think
Pickens a run.
it's either gonna be Gallup or Edmonds. I think for me, and I'm leaning towards Gallup just because first game back, last game didn't play crazy much. He did score the touchdown, but wasn't heavily involved. I don't know how much more he's gonna be involved this week. If CeeDee Lamb doesn't play, then you definitely got to play Gallup. But Edmonds
He,
is a guy that without his touchdowns, he doesn't really produce much. And Mostert's been getting a lot of the groundwork now. And Miami is going against the Jets. So yeah, if I had to sit one, I might say Edmonds here or Gallup. I'm leaning. Oh man, this is tough. What do you think, Bog?
I'm sitting Edmonds. I'm gonna roll with Gallup. I think CD sees a lot of Jalen Ramsey.
That's true
Cooper
too.
Rush might not want to throw over there. I think this is a good game for Gallup. I'll sit Edmonds.
Yeah, I think I'll roll that way as well. I do like Pickens this week, so y'all aren't worried about Aaron Jones with AJ Dillon.
No,
Um, I mean, not really. I mean, what did it matter
No,
last year?
and it's not mattering this year. He's
And it's
just
not mattering this year so far?
everybody thought AJ Dillon was gonna take over this backfield. Aaron Jones is just a more explosive guy, and he's always going to be involved. And as you see, this team puts them both on the field at the same time. So
Mhm.
no, I'm not worried. I think he's not going to see anything less, and I think he's going to do more with his opportunities.
Yeah, I just love Waddle. It's a surefire guy. Listen, I love Waddle as well. I mean, I'm not saying I don't love Waddle, but just in that particular situation of that team, Waddle wasn't making that team much better with who he already had on that team. That's the only reason why I didn't like adding Waddle to that particular team that he had there. Um, Lucius, what's up? Thanks for joining in, man. Marquise Brown or Jeff Wilson, Marquise? What do you
Well,
got?
is this like if you to start one
Yeah, it looks
this
like.
week? This week, it most likely is probably in the flex. I would start Jeff Wilson this week.
No, I'm still gonna go with Marquise Brown because he's the only guy they have there. I don't care if they're playing the Eagles.
All right, I'm going Jeff Wilson.
I gotta find a way to get him the ball, but Jeff Wilson has been
He's been
playing
rolling.
well. Let's see what he did last week. Um, yeah, 18 carry. I mean, 18 for 74 and a touch. And still, I mean, 13 points and he had a touchdown. It's like, nah, I'm still rolling with Marquise. I ain't sitting my guy Marquise. Yeah, I mean, number 7, what? Yeah, we can't sit Marquise, bro. I don't give a shit who he's playing. Yeah, I ain't sitting Marquise.
Right.
Waddle over DK. Over the course of the season, probably yeah. Over the course of the season, probably yeah. Just in general, I don't know. It's a tough one. Probably not. I think DK is just a crazy fucking specimen. It doesn't matter what kind of offense that he's in. Jack, what's up, Jack? Thanks for joining in. Like and subscribe for us if you haven't already. Khalil Herbert, Mooney, Hollins, or McKenzie at Flex PPR. If McKenzie plays,
If McKenzie's healthy, it's you're gonna pick McKenzie here.
yeah, we're not going with Hollins because Renfro's back. We're not going with Mooney because he's got to actually start producing more before we trust that. And Khalil Herbert, Monty is back, so yeah, McKenzie is the nice play there. Jack, I missed. DD says I missed this comment. Where am I missed this comment? Oh, what? Wait a second. Hold on, I'll get there. Lewis says Jamal Williams or Damian Harris. Jamal
Jamal
Williams.
Williams. I got Jamal Williams there.
My bad. Solo. Like I'm taking Waddle over Pittman, Mike Will, Hollywood Brown, Terry McLaurin, even T Higgins, and all those top 15 guys. Filming. Yeah, I mean they're close on some of them. I wouldn't take Waddle over T. Over Terry, I would.
Over
Holly,
Terry, I would,
Hollywood
but
is close. I probably lean a little towards Waddle there. It's close. But then again, we need Tua back, man. If Tua don't come back, then this conversation is
yeah,
over.
but this is the conversation that Waddle is in. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah. He's
Waddle's
always
in
those
this. He's in this group. Maybe not Terry. I'll take Waddle over Terry, but he's in this group. The T Higgins, the Hollywood Browns, the Mike Wills, the Pittmans. He's not in the group of the Jamar Chases or the JJs or the Cups or the Devontaes or the Cheetahs. He's not up there yet. This is his group. This is where he belongs, and that goes to what Steve said. He doesn't really put this team more over the top. He's not that much better than all of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're talking about Dynasty, yeah, you may lean Waddle. You know what I'm saying? Because he has the higher upside out of these guys. Maybe not above T. Higgins. That's a little bit closer, but this is his group. This is where he belongs. And like you said, Steve, it doesn't make that team that much better.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamal Williams, we were going there. Monique said, I have Mike Evans. Would you guys drop Julio for someone like Josh Palm? Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
Go get yourself Josh Palmer, where Keenan Allen's been hurt. He's been a great play
Yeah,
every time
yeah,
either
yeah.
Keenan Allen or Mike Williams
Duvernay,
misses.
Duvernay's been really good. You
Duvernay's a
know what
good
I'm
play
saying?
this week, especially with everybody out, because he's kind of the only guy there. Isaiah McKenzie is going to be, great down the
Yes,
stretch
you don't
as
have to
well.
have Julio on your roster.
Yeah, forget Julio at this point in
He's
time. Because
done.
even when he does come back, you've got a healthy Mike Evans, a healthy Gage, a healthy Godwin. It's just not worth having Julio. He's just too old. He's not going to be playing much anyway. So yes, absolutely drop Julio so that you can go get yourself one of those guys there. I would probably prefer Isaiah McKenzie for the rest of the season. If you're talking about just this week, I like Palmer or Duvernay, but I think I lean Palmer. But it's close there.
But any of those guys are better than Julio.
Yeah,
It's just saying.
absolutely, absolutely. Duvernay looks good. Yeah, he just doesn't get a lot of targets, so it's just a hit or miss, touchdown or not. On that note, but shit, we didn't even finish this. Let's run through the rest of these real quick. Just tell me who you're picking. Lions at Patriots. Who you got?
I got the Patriots. I think. Oh no! I'm sorry. I got the Lions. They don't have Mac Jones. They don't
Yeah,
have Mac Jones.
I got the Lions too. Seahawks at Saints.
Seahawks at Saints. Give me the Saints and the beige water pistol.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints
Yeah.
actually also. I think this week they come out on top there. Dolphins at Jets.
Ooh, this is a tough one. No Tua. Cheetah's gonna play. Probably Waddle's gonna play. You know what? Upset alert. Give me the Jets. I'll take the Jets
It's
to
funny
beat
you
the
say it's
Dolphins.
funny that you say that because I was gonna say the same shit. Uh,
Yeah.
that is just an upset. The Jets are playing at home. I think. Yeah.
I feel like it. I feel like the Jets are gonna pull an upset here.
How about Aaron Jones and Amon Ra for Saquon and Marquise? He offered that, but I don't know.
No. You try and get if he's giving up Aaron Jones and Amon Ra, no, try and give up Najee. Don't give up Saquon.
Yeah, I wouldn't give up Saquon. I'd try and give up Najee. And listen, throw in another piece if you have to make it work. Throw in fucking Bateman or whoever else. I can't
Yeah,
forget all the other names. Yeah, like Bateman, Gabe Davis, or a couple other guys. If you got to throw in another one of those
I
guys
would throw in Gabe Davis.
to
You
get,
know,
yeah, absolutely, to go get Amon Ra and Aaron Jones and to keep
without
Saquon.
yes,
Give up Najee, give up Marquise, give up another one of those guys to go get Aaron Jones and Amon Ra. Try and keep Saquon if you can there. Y'all got Devin Singletary over AJ Dillon rest of season? No, I do not. I have AJ Dillon.
no. Yeah, I do have AJ Dillon too.
And James Conner or Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson,
Jeff Wilson, give me some Jeff Wilson tomorrow.
definitely. We got Falcons at the Bucks. I'm going with the
Tom,
Bucks.
yeah, I'm going with Big Tom Timid Jim. Big Tom Timid Jim.
This is actually a good one. Titans at Commanders.
Ooh.
Titans at Commanders.
Give me the King. Give me King Henry. I'll take the Titans. I think
You
King
take the
Henry's
Titans?
gonna run wild. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders. Fuck it.
Ooh.
Let's go. Wentz comes back, has a good game.
I think King Henry's just too much.
Guy on the right looks like Zeke. Yeah, he's a
No, I don't. No, I'm a little bit more what's his name than Zeke, but no, I don't.
yo. That's
You know
he's
how I go.
yo. Red Cup said that's Zeke without the contract.
Nah. Ain't no Zeke here. I don't wear belly shirts.
Yo, y'all are great. Make sure y'all are subscribed to us, man. Y'all are great. We appreciate it. That's fucking funny though, because you do got the Zeke fucking beard. Or the
Nah, not Zeke got my beard, man.
The Keenan Allen nasty shit there.
Don't get mad
All
because
right.
you can't grow one, man.
I just shaved my shit today. Fuck.
No, you don't. It don't get no longer that with them
Um,
whiskers.
all right, I gotta look presentable,
Ah, come
at my job and shit. All right,
come on.
Texans at Jaguars. Who you got, Zeke?
Fuck you. I have the Jaguars. I like the Jaguars.
Yeah, I got the Jags as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Bugla. 49ers at Panthers.
Give me the Niners. Who
Yeah,
wants some Debo?
I got the Niners too. Cowboys, Rams.
Ooh, give me Cooper
Yeah.
Rush. I'm gonna take Cooper Rush.
Are you okay? I'm taking
Yeah,
the
I'll take the
Rams on this one. I
Cowboys.
think I think they put it together a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams there. We got Zeke and Jeffrey Dahmer. Yo, wow.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
Oh
that.
shit, that's funny. You said chill. That's Derek Carr.
It's not Derek Carr.
Yo, y'all are great. We appreciate y'all. Y'all got D Hop
Yeah.
over Waddle when he comes back rest of season. I think D Hop is about to go nuts.
Eesh. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
Maybe
I don't know. I mean, listen, D Hop last year, he wasn't getting a ton of targets. He was getting saved by his touchdowns. He was scoring touchdowns. That's what he was doing every week. Little 50, 60 yards and a touchdown every week. He wasn't getting, 9, 10 targets and shit like that. So
he got to think
I
his
don't
his
know.
his production's gonna get split up a little bit with
And
Hollywood. Hollywood being so
of
good.
course, he's a little bit older. Of course, now that Hollywood is there, so and Ertz
Temper
has
temper
been
your
Ertz,
expectations with
Ertz
D Hop.
and Ertz has been a beast. I think D Hop will be serviceable, but he's not going to be, that wide receiver one coming off your bench, or even that wide receiver two coming off your bench. So
Nah,
that's what I
temper
would
your
say about D Hop.
expectations.
Yeah, that's what I'd say there. Where were we at? Eagles at Cardinals.
I'm gonna keep the Eagles
Somebody's
to
got to
keep
knock the
rolling, man.
Eagles. Somebody's
Somebody
got to knock
has
them
to,
off.
but they really look too good.
Somebody's got to knock them off. I don't know if it's Kyler Murray though. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well. All right, we got two more. Bengals, Ravens. Quick, who you got?
Ooh, that's both defenses don't look good. Jimmy, Joe Burr and he just has a habit of spanking the Ravens. So give me some Joe Burr. I think Joey B wins again, and he spanks the Ravens a little bit more.
All right, I'm gonna go the opposite. I think with the Ravens at home, I think they've lost some tough ones. So yeah, I think I'm
Was
gonna go with. I think actually maybe not. Without Bateman, I think might be rough, but maybe Mark Andrews goes off. Yeah, I'll go with the Ravens. I'm gonna go with the Ravens still. Cardinals knocking off the Eagles tomorrow. Yeah, I was
I
thinking
don't think
about
so.
going with the Cardinals. I just can't have faith in this guy Kyler Murray. I don't know, man.
No, no.
Especially against a good defense where we know he's not the greatest,
It's double XP weekend.
study habit guy. But all right, last game here we've got Raiders and Chiefs. I'm going with Patty, of course.
Yeah,
Going
yeah.
with my homeboy.
I think it's my homeboy. Even though Derek Carr plays him hard, and the Raiders could win. It's a divisional matchup. Just give me Patty. I think Patty's rolling on all cylinders right now.
Absolutely. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. Unless y'all got any more questions for us, but yeah, we are about to get out of here. I'll be on. You free in the morning or not?
Yes,
All right, so 11 to 12, we will be on tomorrow morning
yes,
answering
we
more
will.
star stick questions, if anything. If y'all got, I think last week there wasn't much. I only did like half an hour last week because there just wasn't people getting on, but we'll see how that goes. Follow us on Instagram if you're not following us, Dynasty Life Fantasy. I was gonna drop the giveaway that we were gonna do tonight, but I fell asleep before we came on here tonight. So I'll drop that tomorrow, I guess.
Tomorrow will be a good drop for it. Do it
Yeah,
within the hour.
yeah, I'll drop that tomorrow. So make sure you're following us there. If you're subscribed to us already, you will be already in the giveaway or the raffle, whatever you want to call it. But I'll be giving away a Michael Pittman PSA graded 10 card. So if you're subscribed to us, you got a opportunity to win that card. But other than that, we are out, and we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thanks for all the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe for us there. Hit the little notification bell so you can see when we're on. But we are on every Tuesday, Friday and Saturday night, 10:30 Eastern, Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Anything else you got, Bog?
Latest on the men, Jay.
All right. We out, guys. Thanks.